Spaghetti-o.
SpaghettiOs. We have some Chef Boyardee, but not SpaghettiOs.
His name wasn't spelled the way it's spelled on the can.
No, but he did that on purpose because people couldn't spell it right.
Yeah.
They couldn't
pronounce it right.
My roommates last year would get so mad at me whenever I would make SpaghettiOs because both of them hated SpaghettiOs, and the smell of it, I will admit, is very strong.
I haven't had
And you can tell
SpaghettiOs in a
when
while.
someone has made SpaghettiOs. But that was like for like a month I would make a bunch of SpaghettiOs because like I go through food phases. And so that was my one like, ooh, I'm always craving this. So, oh look, PlayStation ad. I was just watching Netflix on you.
I don't know if I want a new gen gaming console. I'm kind of out of the gaming console fad. Everything I need is on a PC.
If I had the money, I would buy a Switch, and that's all I need, honestly.
Even when I had the money for a Switch, I was still talking myself out of getting it.
Yeah, I have my PS4 and I have Tales of Zestiria, and that is all I need.
I just want to play Pokemon, man.
That's how I felt about it, and even then I was like, yeah, but when I'm done with Pokemon, what do I do with it? And I was like, it's money, and it's always just like, there's other things I could be putting my money towards, and it's like, I could treat myself, but I shouldn't treat myself. And so sometimes I need to not talk myself out of it so that I can enjoy it, but then it's always like, there'll be something that will require it more.
I mean, that's a really good mindset, honestly, because it's like entertainment and then something that you needed actually. You know, it's like a good mindset for saving money. I have a terrible mindset for saving money. Whenever I get something like money from for my birthday, I always feel like, okay, I'm gonna spend it today and I'm gonna spend it well, and then the next day I don't have any money left.
That's literally when I get my paycheck, I'll be like anytime I have to anytime something pops up and I'm like, ooh, this could be slightly useful, and I'm like, will I use it? I'm like, yeah, totally, I will, 100%, and I don't use it, and now I have no money.
Yeah. I'm bad like that with disposable income, but the money that, this has to absolutely be set aside and I can't use it for anything else, and it's like, but there is this thing I want, and it's like, I really shouldn't.
The good thing is about...
Oh, I was just gonna say, I know my savings account needs to have $300 in it or else I get fined. So I'm good about having, money in my savings account. And then, if I'm saving up, I always have money set aside for if Roger needs to go to the vet and that sort of thing. So I'm good about not tapping into those. But
You get fined for not having money?
The monthly maintenance fees, if you don't have a certain amount in them, bank accounts will take out. Is that what you meant?
Technically, I guess. I don't know. I just know my dad said, I don't know if this was him just telling me that I need $300 in my savings at all times, but...
Usually bank accounts do have that, though. There is, a minimum you need to have in them, or they charge you a fee for having the account, and it's usually $15.
Yeah. And technically, I think I'm able to get out of it because I'm a student, but... I was like, no, it's forcing me to have money, so I'm okay with it.
All right, well, without further ado, we are... Hello, Game Princess 333. Thank you for following. You are fabulous, and we love you.
Hello, Game Princess. Thank you.
Yeah, can you guys hear the music? Is it working? It's really...
Let me check.
Not super...
But I also have it turned down. Not all the way, but I usually have it on 5.
That's
it's pretty faint, but I can hear it.
I can't hear it at all. I have it cranked up to 150. Oh, there it is. Yeah, that's... Oof, I gotta crank it up to 84 to hear it.
Yeah, mine's on 30, and that's how it normally sounds when I have it played.
I like it for I like it for back ambiance, but I don't want it loud.
Yeah, same.
Aldrich's portrait is there
Is off
instead
center.
of.
What?
I'm seeing Aldrich's portrait instead of.
Because he's not there.
Oh. Right.
I vote Groovy is Aldrich.
Yeah, Groovy can be Aldrich because Ark isn't here tonight. But
I
yes,
almost chipped my tooth.
Aldrich will be out attending his own affairs at the start of the night. Also, there's a cursor that shows up on Oren's, and I don't know how to get rid of that. Oh, actually, it's on all of ours. God, that's annoying.
Might be because it's Discord.
Well, there's a way you could tell it to go away, but I'm not sure how. Hi, Solo! Thank you for the 1,000 bits. 10,000 would be super generous, and please don't do that. Thank you for the 1,000 bits. We're starting up our 3rd episode of Vampire the Masquerade.
With 1,000 bits, you get 1 DM sentence.
Yeah, well, that is true. That is a thing. You can utilize that if you want. You can make a situation for the game that hasn't started up yet. But anyways, we should do the recap and get rolling. I am, of course, the storyteller. These are the kindreds that are here. And as we begin, of course, we need to go over a couple of things. Because we are playing a World of Darkness game, Vampire the Masquerade is World of Darkness setting. Things are often much grimmer and darker. Themes will be prevalent within the game. We will remind everyone that we are playing characters in a roleplay game, and as such, it is okay to hate the characters, but it is not a reflection of any player or the storyteller's personal beliefs. If at any point the subject matter presented within Northern Lights triggers you or upsets you, we understand that you may need to step away from the scene or the episode entirely. That being said, we're here to play a game and to have fun, and that's ultimately the goal of any RPG. So just remember, it's a game. We're here to have fun. Anything that happens in the game is not a reflection of the players or the storyteller. Otherwise, we should begin. Oh, another one. What we got? Solo hosting. Thank you, Solo. You are awesome.
Everything is awesome.
So, Solo, it is entirely your option to redeem the thingy down below in the channel description. If you want to use it, basically you can describe a one-sentence scene that can happen at any point in the game. We are playing a vampire game, so it is a modern setting, and you can set a situation that I'll utilize within it. Everybody in the game is playing a vampire. They are in the city of Vancouver, Canada, and they are basically a rebel faction that exists within the vampiric hierarchy. But I will give the recap, and then I will check in on what you might post in a moment. Last time we played, it's been 2 weeks, at the Coterie, I had a mission to establish a foothold within the city of Vancouver against the Camerilla and the prince who currently resides within the city. You all were tipped off that an Elysium was being held at the Van Dussen Botanical Garden, and that you had a package to drop off in the worker storage facility that existed within this botanical garden. Sybil had sensed that there was a dark presence within the package, and nobody dared open it to find out what it was, because they were advised not to, and like good little anarchs, they chose to follow the rules. You all delivered the package without any real incident, other than meeting a mysterious individual dressed very nicely in a suit, who greeted Jody when she dropped off the package, and then you all promptly left outside of Jody causing some disruption within the Elysium party by hurling quite skillfully a spray paint can into the center of the dance floor, where the neon green spray paint proceeded to rupture and spray many members of the Camerilla, possibly marking her as an enemy of many of Ventru and Toreador if they noticed her presence at all. From there,
Also, just want to say, my name's Josie.
is it Josie?
Yeah.
It is Josie. I'm sorry. Josie,
No, you're
Jody.
good.
Yeah, it is Josie. I apologize for that. Josie, with an S,
Totally
not a
cool.
D. Josie had chucked the paint can and upset everybody within the party. And you all returned only to split for an evening, go hunting, hanging out at various places, and then meeting back up at the Velvet Getaway Bar owned by Raksha. It is a new night, and after being tipped off by the same mysterious individual that you had met at the Botanical Garden, that there were a group of Duskborn hanging out at Canada Place, the harbor that docks many of the cruise ships that travel the Pacific coastline into Alaska and Canada proper. You were tipped off that a number of Duskborn hang out there, and that he had interest in having you meet them and bringing them to him. Josie was the one who had discussed with the man, never got his name, but gained some contact information, and was told that you could meet up with them, and any information you could provide would be important to him. That being said, I believe we already covered waking up that night last time.
Also, I'd like to say that Rin was very gracious and let my little slip up last time slide. But that's the only time.
It's neither here nor there, because it would be something that your kindred would know. But yes, that being said, even as Anarchs, you still kind of adhere to the Masquerade. It's kind of less important to you all, but you ultimately are aware that the Second Inquisition is always watching, always listening, and Josie definitely did not have a conversation that completely breached the Masquerade and exposed a Baron. All of that was done much more under the nose when she made her phone call, because Josie would know that, and Kay definitely knew that, so it's all good.
I totally knew that.
Yep.
I mean, we're Anarchs. We basically don't follow most of the Masquerade rules. We only follow like at least one.
Yes, it's still very much important, and even as Anarchs, you understand that exposing the truth of the nightlife puts you all at risk. The Second Inquisition, while it used to be something that could be disregarded, in recent years they have proven to be an effective and dangerous group, given places like New York had fallen, Washington, D.C. had fallen. A very infamous night where many kindred and powerful kindred had been slain was a very recent incident where London is completely kindred free. You have not been able to regain a foothold within the city of London. So a number of places have been targeted by the Second Inquisition, so it's not something to brush off. That being said, everybody has already had their rouse checks. Once you all had reconvened, and Josie had told you all of the arrangement and the tip-off to go to Canada Place, it's Aldrich who is first to step up, and Aldrich and his ghoul are busy getting their coats. Daniel making sure that Aldrich is situated before he turns to regard you all, and he says, I have some important business to take care of tonight. I'm going to be away, but if you need me, you can call Daniel. Don't need me. I probably will not be able to answer you tonight. And
Alright.
Daniel gives a two-finger salute and opens the door for Aldrich to help show him out. And they head to a car that they previously had not had the night before. It is a very nice black sedan. The windows are tinted completely black, and he gets into the front seat, and the two of them drive off.
Rasha just turns to like to Josie and be like, You ever wonder what he's doing and what kind of business he's doing outside the coterie?
I'm sitting on the floor just drawing, like not even looking, just staring ahead as I'm just painting with crowns. I don't even know what colors they are. I don't move, but if you have something of his, I can find out for you.
Like what?
Something that's special to him. It's better.
Think he'd let us get close to anything special to him? Oops, my phone went off.
I can't even touch one of his trolls. Then again, they're all scared of me. Kind of big. I'm not that terrifying, am I?
I'm not scared of you.
I mean, like,
That's
I'm
great.
not scared of you, but that doesn't mean you're not scary. You know what I'm saying?
Just because you're a bad guy doesn't mean you're a bad guy.
Yeah, just like, like, you still have that edge to you, you know? But that edge just doesn't scare me, you know?
Did you hire anyone yet?
But you only need the edge.
Yeah,
did you
still
hire
gonna
anyone?
need to look for anyone. No, I haven't found one. I'm probably gonna ask some. Probably gonna need to find some people who I can trust. But considering where we are right now, kind of hard. Maybe I'm probably gonna need to call one of the barons, see if they got, one of their friends. Or maybe I could just
Always fool
ask one of my
someone.
friends back in the day.
You could always fool someone.
Could always go with someone.
That's not usually a nice thing to do.
Yeah, I prefer not to. These fangs ain't for biting.
Unless they
No.
ask for it. Did they
Yeah.
say they wanted to be? Did they say they wanted to be? Did they say they wanted to be a slave?
Yeah, I prefer consented bites. As dumb as it sounds, I know some people have been making fun of it towards me, but anyway. Alright, so what are you guys up to tonight?
Nowhere.
I was gonna follow up on those. See if anyone. I don't know. Anyone wants to join? Like, how do you campaign for this stuff?
You don't
I'm not
camp.
really a talker. Like, do I just walk up to people and say, "Hey, you hate the Do I walk around with a sign that says, "Don't like the Camerilla, join us"? I mean, I know that's not what I do. That's a joke. But like,
I think if we want to find some, friends around here, we might as well make a name for ourselves, but make it a bit discreet, so, people who are against the Camarilla can just look us up by our alias.
what I know from any past cities that I've been in, that I've done similar things, I feel like I've been involved in stuff before, but like never like this point to where it's like, hey, you're gonna be the first person to do this. Like, would I know of any good ways to go about doing this?
Why don't you make me a roll? And
Sure.
I feel that this roll would be a...
I feel it's gonna be one that I'm bad at.
Actually, it's not. It's going to be an intelligence etiquette roll, please.
Alright.
So not too bad. It's definitely something you have points in.
Still at least have a dot in etiquette.
Mhm.
Alright. That's the best I can do.
All right, 2 successes. So specifically, you're looking to figure out what you would need to do to shake things up and start making a scene. Well, Josie...
Still remain low.
Yeah. Well, as you're thinking about what the Anarch state of Los Angeles would do, what would it runs through your mind? WWAD. What would Annabelle do? And, Raksha especially would know, what any good Bruja would do. It's to inspire the people, take the fight to the Camerilla. But you think that you can't really do that without having more people behind you. And who better to have behind you than some Duskborn?
Well,
Yeah.
we could always, I mean, like, as much as I dislike this guy, as of now, we could always follow up with that lead that guy gave us at the Canada place. Which I think you were already planning to do, Raksha, right?
Yep, I'm already planning to do that. That's why I'm not opening the bar tonight.
Well, yeah, we could do that. How does that sound, Sybil?
Okay.
Sounds
I'm just
good.
here.
That's all right.
You want to stay in the bar, or do you want to come along with us?
I can't see.
I mean, I can always give you a piggyback if you want. Just gotta hold on pretty tight while we parkour around town. If you want, that is.
Okay, but when you trip, don't blame me.
I ain't gonna blame ya.
You don't know this one. Probably gonna end up sticking their leg out while you're walking and trip you.
If anyone's gonna trip me, it's gotta be Josie.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so the plan is to head to Canada Place then, yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I am piggybacking.
Well, see, Canada Place is not very close.
Do we have enough? No, wait. We got rid of that van. Is there like another car? I can't drive, guys. If
I
I'll
can
drive.
drive. Don't worry. I can drive. I can drive.
Sybil can't drive. Sybil can't see. So, can
That's
you
what makes it fun.
Raksha can drive. Raksha can drive. Don't worry.
Do we
He's
have another
fine.
car?
I don't think so. Raksha doesn't have any car.
No, you guys have not procured a means of transportation yet.
Oh well.
So it's,
Hey, Josie. Josie. You up for some parkour late at night? Are you good at, jumping over roofs and all that stuff?
I mean,
Sure.
I'm not bad, but like, how long? If I think in my head and try and do some math, how long does it seem like it would take for us to parkour over there?
Well, that is some distancing I will need to find. So it's 1,000 feet for... I wish I could have this mapped out in a little bit of a better distancing.
Yeah.
So they changed it
1
to
hour and
1,000
27
feet in
minutes.
miles. I mean,
I just guessed.
yeah. Let me find a relatively close landmarks to Range Street and Boundary Road is near enough to where you are. Why is this not very clear?
Do you like my little pencil?
What is it? Oh, is that a real Kuma?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Boundary runs through the middle of Vancouver, but I am having the hardest time finding it. That's that's why I'm having a hard time finding it, because it's super zoomed into Vancouver there. Alright, so Kilnary, that Boundary. So you guys are relatively over here, so I'm going to just mark a spot, and this is going to be, so the bar is technically going to be where this Starbucks is. I'm going to mark directions to Canada.
We
You overtook the evils of of Starbucks.
Yeah.
Directions. I need directions to and from. God bless it.
Canada Place an actual place?
Canada Place is an actual place. It's a dock harbor for the cruise ships that pull into Vancouver.
Oh, cool.
We were there last season.
Yeah,
We
I
were?
mean, technically we could have been.
Is that where I killed
it's
that
in
guard?
it's in the harbor.
Probably.
Okay, so all right, here we go. So traveling via car, it's about 30 minutes. If you went on foot, which I think it'll.
You have to, like, parkour on foot, though. You know, like, woo!
Oh yeah, I'm just trying to get the walking because that's a cool thing about
no,
this.
you're good.
So it'll take about 2.5 hours on foot. Given that your supernatural nature, it could probably be reduced to about an hour on foot. So it is doable, but it does mean
Time is it
having.
now?
I think we have moved in an hour since nightfall. So it'd probably be 9 o'clock, the sundown.
I'm
got a
still
lot of
young.
time.
We could have fun.
Yeah, let's go. Let's
Maybe
go
I
have
could eat
some fun.
someone along the way.
Hey, I'll help if you want my help, but just letting you know, I'm a big guy.
Eh,
Eh.
I don't know if you'll enjoy my ways, but it's okay.
Alright, you do you, buddy. You do you.
I said maybe. I don't know if I'm gonna. I mean, I'm not too hungry, but like, it's always good to like not feel hungry.
You know you can snag one of the blood bag on the counter, right?
Oh no, I'm like so not hungry to the point to where blood bags will not make me not hungry.
I just want to read this real quick.
You good? You good?
What are we doing? Ah, okay.
Yeah, we'll parkour over there. We'll have some fun.
Am I able to Cloak of Shadows while I'm piggybacking?
Because technically, Sybil's not the one moving.
And it'll be weird.
No. I will have to say no because the very first line says standing perfectly still. You're not standing perfectly still. You are in motion.
Okay.
Even if you are not the one moving. All right. So, does anybody have anything that can have them be unseen while moving?
No.
Okay. So then I will need 2 separate rolls from everybody. Once you... I'll stop
I
using...
do have cat's grace, so I will not fall while I'm parkouring.
That's good. And I'm going
Same
to
with
use
me.
Aldrich's sheet so I can stop looking at yours, Josie, while I'm trying to find
Okay.
stuff. Because
You're good.
anytime I move yours, it moves it for you too. All right, so...
I honestly didn't even notice.
Oh, good. So, we will need... if nobody has any ways to mask their movements, because parkouring through a metropolitan city, even in the dead of night, will still attract attention. So I will need Dex Athletics in order to do the parkouring, and then I will need Dex and Stealth to try and do it without being noticed.
Can I get a no, not a parkour? Can I get a +1 for my acrobatic specialty?
Absolutely. And yeah, I did say Dex Acrobatics,
Yeah.
right? Or
No, you said death athletics.
Death
Acrobatics, I don't think is a thing.
okay, then yes, you can put the acrobatics in because that very much fits for parkour.
Woo!
Oh shit, alright.
You Sybil, since you are not physically running, you don't need to make the athletics one. You can just do the stealth.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the one who need to do some athletics here.
Yep. And
Dexterity, you said?
yep. And Raksha, you have a penalty for carrying. Actually, no, you won't. She's not that heavy.
4
Yeah, and I'm
successes.
bigger.
I think I might use my willpower for that stealth roll.
All right. All right. So,
Okay.
Raksha, what are your successes? You have 4 successes on athletics. Did you do your stealth roll?
Oh, no, I haven't.
Okay.
So, help with dexterity.
Yeah. And 3. Just remember, you are entitled to willpower re-rolling anything if you so choose. Josie, you are re-rolling your stealth.
Yes, I got 2 successes in addition to the 2 that I already had. That was for stealth, and then my athletics was 4 as well.
It showed your re-roll before your actual roll. That's weird. Oh no, that's Sybil.
Oh, okay.
Where's your re-roll? You hit a willpower re-roll. You didn't do it by hand. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, no.
No, you're good. Okay, so everybody, you're able to move easily. You stick to the shadowed alleyways and across the deserted rooftops as you make your way across the cool Canada night sky. It doesn't take long, and before an hour is up, 10 o'clock in the evening, you find yourself in the more misty salt air of the Vancouver harbor. You've arrived at Canada Place, so named because it is the place in Canada where cruise ships arrive. This is a popular docking spot, and where the famous building with its dual-tipped sails rise up out of the main convention center. Kind of looks like the Sydney Opera House, sort of, but it's kind of got the 2 poke-ups from each side. There are many metropolitan buildings here lining the harbor itself for shopping and other venues for these people. But when you reach the cruise ship terminal, you see that there is in fact a large vessel docked there, it seems, for the night. But there is just a number of boardwalk and other touristy buildings situated in the area, and a very lively night scene on the waterfront.
Apologies.
You're good. Hey, Sybil, look, it's the ocean. Oh, she left.
Oh,
That's
Hi, Sybil.
Well, we're here.
hold on one sec.
You're good. Boop-a-doop-boo. So we're taking a short break?
Seems like it.
Yeah. How have you been?
I've been great. How about you?
I've been pretty good.
Damn.
Somewhat the solo said, Josie throws a second spray paint can in the crowd since it worked so well the first time. I will also keep that in mind. I will make sure that I have a spray paint can and throw it at someone.
Oh no, wait. Spray paint doesn't explode like gas does, doesn't it? Because it'll be a good distraction if you ever need it. It's like scram.
Yep. No, so my desire last time, the first desire that I ever had was Vandalize Elysium. So I was like, yeah, I need to bring a spray paint can with me. And I made sure that's one of the main reasons. I was gonna stop by my apartment even if we didn't have to get dressed. I was just gonna go and grab a few spray paint cans, and then I wasn't planning on throwing it. I was actually planning on walking up and painting something on the wall with the spray paint cans. But then when I saw how crowded it was, I was just like, you know what? No, I can just poke a hole and throw it at something hard.
And you did it. You did it gracefully.
Yep. I was just like, yeah.
Oh,
Anarch.
suck it. Yeah. Man, if you had told like Raksha about it before like before the whole event, he will be like, "Hell yeah, let's do it. Bring me another can, because I want to fucking vandalize the fuck out of the Camarilla's building."
She would have told him, but also we were around Aldrich most of the time, and he would have said no.
Yeah.
He
No,
would have been like, "Don't do that."
Sorry, everyone.
You are good. We were just talking about the
Yeah.
time I threw a spray paint can because I just read what Solo had said.
You're just seeing it now.
Oh yeah, we'll have an opportunity for you to throw another spray paint.
Also, I just realized something from our conversation. Raksha is the fun dad, and well, Aldrich is the dad that doesn't let you have fun.
Yeah. All right. So.
Josie was just pointing out the ocean to Sybil.
Yes, she was. She pointed out the ocean to you, Sybil.
You
Oh.
can use my eyes if you want to see the ocean.
I immediately use share the senses.
You have to make sure that you're stopped first.
Hey, I don't get hungrier.
Did it roll your mouse?
I rolled it.
Ah, there it is. It's running behind. Okay. So yes, it's a simple rouse check, and before long, Raksha, you feel that pressure sensation behind the back of your eyeballs, and the sense that somebody else is looking in at what you're looking at.
It's so pretty.
Yeah, and the lights, the way it reflects on it.
I like lights.
Alright, we're done here. We're done looking all around because I'm starting to get a headache. A little bit of headache, but I can take it.
5 more
Yeah.
minutes.
Alright, 5 more minutes.
We can do it. We can look as we're trying to find these people.
Good idea.
Would I have any idea where these guys are?
No.
Fun. Also, this is for player knowledge. What are Duskborn?
Give me another etiquette roll. Intelligence etiquette.
I guess it's also for Josie knowledge as well.
Yep. It would just be to see if you know the term.
Yeah, no, you're good. 1.
It would not be something that Josie would know.
Cool. So, said we need to find some Duskborn. I don't really know what they are, but don't know where they would be. Now that I think about it, I probably should have asked this guy some more questions, but I didn't really care at the time.
It's a learning experience.
Would
not the
Raksha
talker.
knows about this?
You
About
may
things
make me. You may make me a etiquette roll. Also, there is an echo of my voice.
Oh, maybe mine. It's probably
Yeah,
mine.
it's Aaron's.
Yeah, it's probably mine. I don't know what the hell is going on with my mic today. It's very sensitive for some reason.
But yes, if you want to know, either of you, now that she's mentioned it, if you want to try and gauge what the term Duskborn might mean, you are welcome to check.
Etiquette
Is that,
intelligence?
Yes.
Okay.
Etiquette intelligence.
1.
Nada.
Okay.
Damn.
Boy, I'm gonna do this just for the lulz of it. Let's see if Aldrich would have known if he were here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah, he would have known.
Aldrich would have known. Okay.
Can we call up Aldrich and ask him what it is?
Take out the phone. Call up Aldrich. Hey,
Oh yeah,
Aldrich.
we'll call Daniel.
Oh yeah, we can call Daniel. But
Yeah.
those days,
That's what we said.
yeah.
If we need him to call Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it wouldn't trouble them to just ask about the Duskborn. It's not like we're asking them to come over.
I will use my burner phone
All right.
and call Daniel. Before I do it though,
Mm-hmm.
can people still track burner phones, or is that the point of burner phones?
That's the point of burner phones, maybe?
So the thing about the burner phones is that it's a disposable phone. It's not one that you would keep. That's why you burn it when you're done. So you can make a call and then you trash it.
But like if I were to say like, yo, what's a dust board? Could someone still track that?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, never mind.
Because they're tracking the information on the call, or if they're tapping into it. It's a little more secure, and basically it's just a NSA sort of thing. They can track calls if they're looking for specific keywords through the database. If you say something that would trigger those hot words, it'll come up, even on an anonymous number, and then they'll start pinging all of the numbers and doing all that stuff. But that's a bit more technical than what you would know. Can you at least turn the ringer off? Sorry.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I'm still gonna call Daniel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you would just know that, if you made a call for that reason, you trash the phone afterwards. You grab the SIM card and you trash the phone.
Sounds good. But yes, I turn to the others and I'll say, all right, well, I think Aldrich might know, but we have to call Daniel before we call Aldrich, because Aldrich said he will not answer, so I will do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I dial Daniel's number.
Exactly. Burner phones can have fun names like Mickey Mouse's and stuff. It's harder to do, but they'll still be able to do things like triangulating where the signal came from and whatnot. But yes, Ruby Mad Hatter is exactly right. The point of the burner phone is so that it doesn't come back to you rather. Right. So you're calling Daniel then, yes?
Yeah.
So the phone rings once, twice, third time. No answer.
That cute ass motherfucker. He
They're
said
actually
we should
hitting
call
on
him if we needed something. Do you have a burner phone?
I
Let me
have
check.
whatever you give me.
Wait, you got one, Sybil?
Saying that they have one if I were to give them one.
I like the one that has a voice because then I can talk to the voice and the voice will sometimes do things that I ask it to do.
Yeah, that's not a burner phone, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's not a...
That'd be an
that's not-
expensive burner phone.
That's the one
That's
I
too
like.
expensive, Roderick. Well, I don't think I have any burner phone, but we can probably buy one somewhere, maybe around here.
It's fine. We'll just have to, Sybil. You can figure out whether or not someone is a one of us, right?
I activate Sense the Unseen. I'm gonna keep looking through your eyes, okay?
Okay. Just tell me where to look, and yeah.
And I think we'd be walking around while trying to find.
What sort of direction are you going when you go to look? Do you head more towards the? I guess I can't say downtown. But so basically, in this area, there is the main Canada Place where it is the cruise ship docks. It is just its own little pier that stretches out. There are a couple of buildings immediately there, and then you can go east towards an industrial pier, and there's a park between the cruise ship docks and the harbor pier industrial side, and it's got like there's a nice fancy park. There's a Whoa, there's a helipad there? Cool. Sorry, I'm looking at a real-time map of it. There is a waterfront docking place. If you go west, there's a few places to land seaplanes and, a couple of major buildings for like hotels and restaurants, some fine dining. And then it leads into more private boats and yacht docking the further west you go. And then, of course, there's also leads all the way up if you continue going west into Stanley Park, which is just a massive, massive park. It's more like a just small forest, whereas the park going west is more like a quick jog park.
One of my lights go out. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
So I'm thinking they would either be at like a private on a private boat at a dock, or in the is the industrial area more like
It's where they keep they like load and offload the shipping containers for the big freight
then yeah.
boats.
I think either the industrial area or like maybe on a private boat. I didn't really get a vibe for like how fancy these people were from my short conversation with this guy. So like one or the other, but they're sort of on opposite ends. So we would sort of need to make a decision about which one. I mean, we have the rest of the night, but I'd like to know sooner than later whether or not these people are on our side.
You can only pick one.
Technically we can go to both, but like,
I believe we can go to both. But the question is, Josie, you sure about going alone?
I mean, it depends on if we wanted to split up or go together.
I mean, I'm not gonna be splitting up from Sybil unless you want to take Sybil, which
No.
probably.
I feel like Sybil is our key to this, to figure out, like, I personally cannot look and say, yes, that is one of us. So, like, it'd be sort of, and I don't think you can either, Raksha, so, like...
Alright, let's go together then.
Alright, so, I'm thinking maybe go industrial first and then go to the private docks.
Yeah, let's go to the
Because
place
I'd rather
that we
not
can-
have to break into a private dock area.
But it would be so easy.
Whoosh!
Alright.
Let's go do breaking in later.
I feel like private docks is more crowded, so later on in the night they would get less crowded.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use Raksha's eyes to keep a lookout for anyone who is supernatural in some way or another.
I just imagine like Sybil just like holds Raksha's head like this and then just move him around like
Yeah, I'm just driving you.
Yeah.
You're like,
All right.
you're pulling his hair and saying, there, that way, that
So,
way.
important question then. You guys are basically on the street just before Canada Place, deciding where to start looking. As you make this decision to head east, you have a road that will travel alongside, going down Waterfront Road, which goes basically just along the harbor, or you have the option of going a little ways south and cutting through an area of downtown that's promptly named Gastown. And Gastown is like the cultural center of Vancouver Harbor. You don't really have an idea of what it is, but there's a sign that, basically you can cut through Gastown and get to the same place, or you can go along the harbor. But there's a big railway complex between the two. So it's whether it's do you go along the harbor and go through like the heliport and the park, or do you cut through Gastown and go straight to the industrial side of the dock.
Sybil, would you rather look at the water or...
Water.
Okay, then we're going waterfront.
Me, the player, wants to go through Gastown, but me, the character, wants to look at the water.
Let's
Okay,
go
well,
around the
your
water.
character's all that matters, so
Yeah.
believe me, in character.
We could go Gastown on the way back.
Yeah.
But we'll go waterfront right now. We'll
Okay.
have a nice stroll.
Copy that. All right then. So traveling from the cruise line docks, you make your way across the waterfront. The night being in the early winter, it's fairly cold, and while most of the mortals that are on the streets right now are in heavier coats and jackets, you all probably didn't dress up too much unless you're choosing to do so now. But it's not so odd for the youthful kids to even rebel against nature and try to weather the cold for the sake of things like fashion. But there aren't many people on the streets now. It's 10 o'clock at night, and this section of the harbor tends to clear out. But there are a few people milling about. Couples walking, the occasional jogger or dog walker. And before long, you cut across this small park. And you see that there is a small waterfront area. And there's a group of people who are down at the beach, gathered around a barrel fire. And there are a couple of makeshift tents perked up. It looks like there are a couple of homeless or squatters who are hanging out. But this park is at about the halfway point between where you plan to start looking and where you started.
With a roll of a 4, do any of their auras exude any unnaturalness?
I don't think they'd be one of us around if they're around a fire. But any unusualness would be nice. Yes. My tea is cold.
Mm-hmm. That's your resolve plus aspects. So, remember, if you're actively searching, it has to be resolve plus aspects, hon. Not awareness.
Right.
Because normally that roll is done by the storyteller.
Okay.
But it's a different roll if you're actively searching, so I need a different roll from you, please.
That's fine. God damn it. Okay, now I'm using the reroll.
Dice have not been nice to us tonight.
They have not been kind to me. It's a
Well,
little
you got
better.
10.
That's, yeah,
4 successes.
4 successes.
Right. So, with 4 successes, you don't sense anything strange about these individuals. They look like they're just homeless individuals that are out on the beach enjoying themselves. Josie, it's about this time that your phone rings. There's an unknown number marked on there. Actually, it's not unknown. It reads Mickey Mouse.
Is it my actual phone?
Your burner phone.
Okay. I'll answer it. Hello?
Hello? Who's this?
Who is this?
You called me first, kid.
Oh, is this Daniel?
Yes, Josie, it's Daniel. Why'd you call this number?
Well, I was wondering if Aldrich was there?
Aldrich is busy, and you can hear, like a heavy EDM techno beat going behind him. It sounds like he had stepped outside to get away from the noise. Aldrich's busy. That's why you're calling me. What can I do for you?
Okay. Well, I was wondering, we are following up on that lead from that one dude that was at the bar that I talked to. And if you would, I mean, I don't know if you would know it. I was more gonna ask Aldrich, but like, anyone, if you would know what someone that
Twilight
was,
Kid.
huh?
Twilight Kid.
Yeah, like something like Twilight Kid, or someone that was born at dusk. Like what those would what that would mean in terms of our business.
Wow. Okay. Right. I gotta remember you guys are new at this. Okay.
Yeah, very.
So
I'm not a talker.
just remember to trash this phone after we're done talking, okay?
Yeah, I was trying to be deciphering, but
Yeah, no, I got it. I got what you were putting down.
were
So
you picking up what I was putting down?
I'm hip with the kids. Yeah, it's cool.
Alright.
So
I dab while they're talking.
yeah, I dabbed right at that very moment. Anyways, the Twilight kids, as you are putting it, they're the ones that the Camerilla especially don't like. They're the damn it, I just did it. That the he doesn't say Camerilla.
Okay.
They're the ones that the Rizzuto doesn't like eating very often. They're considered they're mudbloods. They're not pure.
I once ate risotto.
When you're still
They're not house elves like me, but they're not of a pure line. They're considered.
Would you say the liquid that runs in their body is not as thick as ours?
Yes, I would say that it's quite watered down.
Okay.
I like water.
you can't drink water anymore.
Alright.
I like listening
Cool.
to it.
Okay, that's do you know anything else that would be of interest about them?
Well, they tend to look more normal. Not that you'd be able to tell, but they tend to be awake longer. They are morning people.
Oh, do you think we'll be able to talk to them now?
Yes.
Or would they be asleep?
Yes,
Okay.
they tend to stay up all night to get lucky too. Don't you worry.
Alright, cool.
That's a fun song.
Speaking of staying up all night to get lucky, what's going on in that background?
Oh, Aldrich is doing his work.
Fun.
He's dancing on a pole.
Nah, Sybil, if he was doing that, and then the rest
It's-
just start imagining it. It's in his head. It's like, what the
It's-
fuck?
It's true, I can see it, and he's not here to argue.
Alright, well, you guys can get back to your personal.
They serve the shovel
business.
whackers.
Yeah, I'll let you guys go. Have fun, stay safe, use protection, all that good stuff.
Yep. You don't do anything that we wouldn't do or would do. I don't really know right now. I'm gonna get back to it though.
Okay.
Don't
no
forget
problem.
to tip him.
Yeah, don't forget to tip. That's the most important thing.
You guys are hornies.
Oh,
So
damn.
Ashley just chimes in like, yeah, you guys are all hornies. It's like I didn't get it.
And then, yeah, I'll hang up and then just crush the phone in my hand.
Just throw it into the fire, the barrel of fire. Just that.
Yeah. And speaking of the barrel of fire, if anyone is curious, you are at a far enough distance that the beast is not flipping the fuck out. So you don't have to worry about that.
Even if. Hey, Sybil.
Yeah.
Do you know if your eyes can detect?
Moggles? Mudbloods?
Yeah.
Yes.
Say yes. I saw your mouth move.
Yes.
Okay. Good, because that's what we're looking for.
I watch all their auras. And then I turn Raksha's head. Rashka's head one way.
Raksha, are you looking at the people down on the beach?
Yep, I am.
Okay. So at that moment, when Raksha does turn their attention down towards the beach, Sybil, this is when you start to notice that the auras are weak.
That's them.
Well, guess we're meeting some new people tonight. And so, Raksha, march on towards the guys.
Well, you have to be careful. There's fire.
What are we gonna do with the fire then?
Not touch it.
Yeah, that's all we gotta do. We don't touch it. As long as it's...
Do you guys have a cup?
Why will we be carrying a cup?
I don't know, like a water bottle?
I have 3.
I don't.
Oh, Josie, you will remember you were given a name for the Thin Bloods to meet as well. Do you remember what it was?
I do not. I don't have my notes.
You were told to meet, make contact with a young Sullivan.
Okay. I think from where we are, I think Josie would like call down and say, "Hey, is there anyone named Sullivan who is not quite as old?" I do not talk. That's how I know about this stuff.
Okay.
Or maybe goes by Sully for short.
Yeah, so you call down to this quartet. There's 3 men, 1 woman, and when you called out for, is there a Sullivan, you see that there's a older man with trimmed gray hair who kind of looks up. He's pale in complexion, looks to be about middle-aged. He looks up and he says, "My name is Sullivan."
Hi, Sully.
Can you extinguish, please?
And the 4 of them kind of look at each other. They say something amongst themselves.
I have a specialty in hearing. Can I pick it up?
Sure.
Alright. What's awareness?
Yep. And you have a specialty, so be sure to add your dice.
Yep. Oh, God. Alright.
So that would be
really
3
good.
successes. 3
3
successes.
successes. This is not terrible.
You hear the... Contrary to popular belief, generally it's only you need like 2 or 3 to pass anything.
Mm-hmm.
So you hear them discussing amongst themselves. They sound very worried that this random group of individuals have approached them and told them to put out their fire. Sullivan in particular is adamant about keeping the fire because they don't like it. And he calls back to you, Jody, and he says, "With all due respect, it's a cold night out, and we'd prefer the warmth of a fire."
That means...
Oh, how about you just, come with us? We need to talk, yeah.
You don't ask someone to come with us if they're suspicious.
Well, we're just carrying... What's suspicious about them?
They keep
about
the
us?
fire. They keep the fire for their protection. They don't
Okay.
know us.
The woman, short, dark hair, tan skin, dressed in more heavy street clothes, kind of looks, and she's like, Sully, that's exactly what they'd want us to do. Remember the last time we did something like that? No thanks! You guys can either come down here or piss off.
Mm, hold on.
Well,
Hold on. Don't
Wait.
say anything yet.
out of character, what would happen if you did get close to the fire?
You would just need...
go run away.
You would have to make a... You'd have to make a roll to suppress the urge.
And what
fire
roll
is... Fire is bad. And it's one of the few things that the beast within you is terrified of. And you can suppress that feeling, but it is a hard roll. And basically, once you get to a certain point, I'll ask you to make the roll, but you will never stand beside an open flame or anything like that without the beast freaking out.
Okay, so I'm thinking we get as close as we can.
3 yards away.
If that's the distance, then yes. Then
Hi, Sully. I'm Sybil.
Good evening, Sybil. Why don't you tell your friends if they have something to talk to us? They can talk to us down here and not shouting from across the beach.
Guys, if you have something to talk to about, you can talk to them down there and not shouting beside the beach, is what they said.
We could use a phone.
we can just get as close as we can, and then I feel like Josie's gonna start walking, but like once I start to feel like, I'm gonna like stop.
Mm-hmm. So you move as close as you can. As you move closer, it's not long before the beast starts to claw at the back of you, Josie. You know that that's about as far as you're going to get. You're about 10 feet away from the fire, and these people who are standing with it between you and them, they seem to be a little bit of a distance from it as well, but they're much closer. They seem to be less worried about it. And one of the others looks at you, dressed in more punk-styled clothing. It's very shredded, stock fishnet leggings, the kind of like heavy, ripped-up hoodie and stuff, green hair. They look over to Sullivan as well, and they say, "Yeah, they've got the look about them. I'm not so sure about this." And Sullivan clears his throat and he says, "Look, it's fine. They came here to talk, after all. Why not let them talk? You'll have to forgive my friends. You know my name. I don't know yours besides Sybil here."
Hello.
I am Josie, and this here, the guy who also in some punk outfit, is Raksha. It appears we have a mutual friend, or I wouldn't want to say friend, but a mutual ally.
You don't like them.
I mean, yeah. He's just a cocky asshole in a scarf.
He'll be dead unless he throws the nightmare away. We'll all be dead.
Sorry, that was me, not the characters.
No, you're good. Yeah, do you know a cocky asshole in a suit who likes to wear scarves, apparently?
The four of them kind of look at each other. Do you work for him?
He came to us with a proposition saying that we should come to you, and that you would like information.
And he also get
And
himself
that
a
you might-
drink at my bar.
Yeah, and that you, might be interested in what we're doing.
Specifically, he said he wanted you to bring them to him.
Oh yeah, he wanted...
He didn't say that that they'd be interested in working for you. He said he wanted you to find them for him.
Okay, then I would not say that. I would say, he said that, he'd be interested if we, brought you to him, but, like, like I said, I don't know how I feel about him yet, so if you guys don't want to go, that's totally fine by me. I have his phone number. I was not planning on calling him if you guys don't want us to.
You haven't called him.
I just think
You
we
haven't
have a
called
common-
and told him where we are yet?
No. He actually told me where you were.
That means he already knows.
Ugh. The four of them look at each other again. Actually, we're getting your echoes again.
Yeah, sorry. I'm gonna.
The four look at each other once more, and they seem more nervous. He knows where we are. They're the ones who took Johnny down last week. And I almost said Sybil. Sullivan shakes his head and he says, if he knows where we are, then we're not safe. I don't know what he told you, but there's been people hunting our kind for the last month. And if he knows where we are, then we have to disappear again.
Do you want to hide with us?
We can help you. Yeah, we can help you. Especially if this guy means trouble to you guys. And yeah.
They've been hunting. There were more of us. There used to be at least 10 of us down here. And we thought it was any kind of like but you don't seem to be like them. Not the ones down at Gastown.
What's in Gastown?
Yeah, we actually didn't take that route to get here, so we don't really know what's going on.
The girl pipes up again. The ones in Gastown are the ones in charge. They roll up in their fancy suits and they brandish guns and knives and they chase us out of anywhere we go, and if they can get their hands on one of us, they tend to kill.
Well, are they a part of the Camerilla people? You know, like Camera?
They look at each other again, then back to Josie. They're the ones in charge.
Okay.
They said their leader decreed that people like us weren't allowed in the city. We've been trying to get on one of the boats to get out of here, but we haven't had much luck. Going into the city isn't safe, and well, the docks is probably not a very good spot for us to be, but we can usually see them coming if they try and cross the train yard.
We can maybe help you get out of here. We're a bunch of people who like to do things free, you know? And well, I wouldn't mind calling one of my friends to help you get out of this town if it means, you know, you're one of the free people.
They're saying they're rebellious.
Yeah, we can do you favors if you can do us favors. That's the way this thing works, isn't it?
And well, if you want to get revenge on this guy, I'll be down for it too. You know.
We've heard stuff like this before. People have promised to look after us, and we can't risk that sort of thing again.
Well, I'm willing to work to earn your trust. Because, well,
that you can't really do in a minute when any second could be your last sort of thing.
Look, kids, I've been like you guys too before, being lost like this. In fact, where I used to start, it was much more hectic. A lot of people hunt me and my friends, and I lost everyone that I know of almost every day. They pluck us like one by one, and it's just horrible. I don't want anyone to experience that kind of things too. Certainly not you guys.
Did you meet the fancy guy with the scarf?
Are you talking to them?
Yes.
Sullivan looks to Sybil and says, yeah, we already talked about how they've been hurting our people. The person you're speaking of is one of the folks who said they were looking out for us, and instead they've abducted more of our people.
Out of character, just so I'm understanding, you said someone else said that they were going to help them, but lied?
That's what it sounds like.
Okay.
From how I'm taking it, it seems like the guy in the scarf was like, "Yo, you can come help us. Like, I'll help you," sort of thing, and then was just like, "Bam, you guys are thin bloods. You guys are gonna die." And then is basically coming to us and saying, "Hey, you should bring these people to me." And these people are like, "We don't want to go to him." So I trust these people more than I trust him.
Yeah,
Rosie's
same.
on it.
Okay. Well, I turned to R2, and then they're like, "Okay, well, it seems like."
Uh-oh.
Like
Stream
words.
just... Hold on. Stream is hiccuping. Stream disconnected, attempting to reconnect. Sorry, hold tight. I don't know what that is.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Does it look like we're still good? Nope, there it goes. Oh, okay, they said we're back. Okay, cool. And we're back. Sorry, Josie, please continue.
Right. Well, as much as like telling them our life story seems like it might help. I mean, anyone can say anything.
I already
you know
know
what
my
I'm
life
saying?
story. I already told them my
I was just
life.
saying, like, and like as much as like, I feel sympathy for you, I don't think it's really gonna help us in this situation, in the sense of like, I think they're sort of basically saying people have told us things before and they lied. So I don't think that they will trust anything we say. We need to try to find somewhere to like show them. Hey.
What do you want from them?
What do I want from them?
Yes.
To join us.
What are we
We can
doing?
certainly do
Join-
that.
Join you for what?
Josie was trying to say, "Hold on, we're having a huddle." And then
Stirring. I just say stirring shit up.
yeah,
Alright.
stirring the pot. If you're picking up what I'm putting down. It seems like we have a common enemy. The I don't like saying this, but
The rich bastard who controls everything.
The cameraman.
yeah, the cameraman, you know, that sort of thing. And
Sure.
yeah, I mean, if you don't really know what we're saying, then it might not be best for you to join us, and you might not be like worth us giving you protection. But like, if you are, then yes, totally.
The girl looks a little annoyed at that and says, "No one ever thinks we're worth protecting. You're just like the people at Gastown."
Yeah,
I
it's
think
not
you're
me.
worth protecting. I said, if you're not picking up what I'm putting down, sort of thing.
She just snorts. "We know exactly what you mean. That's why they hunt us. We didn't ask to be made this way."
I don't think any of us.
Neither did I.
Well, my story is kind of complicated.
Yeah, Raksha, just shush.
I'm like, just looking to the side, man. Just, yeah.
Let's just say we're not from here, and we're not with the people here, and we don't like the people here.
For example, this girl right here, she just pissed off a bunch of, how do we call it again?
Cameraman?
Yeah, a bunch of cameramen, spray pens all over them, piss them off real good. You should have seen that. We
It
were
was quite fun.
We're thinking about hitting
okay,
them
so,
up
like-
again tonight.
I wish Aldrich was here. He could do the talking. Jesus. What can we do to earn your trust?
Okay.
That's probably a stupid question to ask, but I am genuinely curious.
I thought Rush already tried to ask that before.
I mean, we can like, I don't know, like, I can like.
I mean, Raksha can out of character. Raksha can talk to them if you want. He's just been there. It's like, yeah, just listening to.
Yeah,
to
no, you're
Josie.
good. I think I want to try real fast. Unless someone else wants to do something. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
There's something I'd like to try, but it would be I don't know if it would interfere or not. Because I was gonna try to make my way over to them and try to trigger a premonition to see if they'd be safer without us or with us.
Oh. Well, we could certainly try to talk to them. Like,
I think I want. Before you do that, I want to.
The way I see it, here's the thing. Here's what we can do. You can still do the premonitions thing, and then we can mention it to them that, hey, our friend back here, he can, Sybil can do some premonitions, and, you know, maybe we can convince them to come with us with these premonitions, whether it's whatever it turns out to be, you know?
Yeah. The issue is though. They have been lied to, so I think anything we try to say, they could easily just dismiss it as a lie.
Then we can just be honest with them. If the premonition means they're not safe, at least we told them we're honest. It proves our honesty.
Yeah, we can do that. Beforehand though, I really fast want to activate Eyes of the Beast and just see if like not like try and see anything, but like so that they can see like, hey, bestial, maybe, gangrel, low clan sort of thing. You know, I'm with you. I am not really welcome here, like technically part of an independent party, but like I said, I don't like the people here. Oh, and then I think I also want to say they also took someone that I care about a lot. So I feel you on that, but if you don't want to join us, if you don't want protection, then hey, that's up to you. That was a lot in one. I am sorry. I just realized it jumped like 5 different things at once.
It is a lot.
Well, there really isn't much you can do to convince us, all things considered. But if you say you have a safe place you can take us, that might be a start.
Rasha just turns up and like, yeah, I got my bar. There's like, I got a place for you guys to stay with. And don't worry, you have my word. You'll be safe. And I can promise you that. As a braja, I can promise you that.
I whisper, "Are you sure?"
Yeah, we might want to like double check and make sure that they'll be safe.
Well, if you guys want to double check, go ahead.
Alright, here. And then I'll turn to Sullivan. I'll say, my friend here can see how things might go about. Would you guys be okay with them checking whether or not you will be good with us? If not, we will whatever they say, 100%. If it turns out bad, we will say, no, don't join us. But if it's like, okay, yeah, we can help you, then yes, we will.
And
You guys be okay? You might feel a little bit, but like, didn't want to alarm you. Wanted to warn you beforehand.
Oh, and if I may add, and then I was just like, premonitions are just premonitions, right? Can all change fates. I mean, the future hasn't set in stone. So if you guys still know the risk and still try to gamble with whatever premonitions came, my doors are open. I'm not gonna force you, it'll be your decision.
We are heavily biased.
They kind of look and discuss amongst each other for a moment. All right. If you think that will help put us at ease.
Well, I mean, it's not really about what we think, but let's not get into that. Civil, you want to do your thing?
I will slide off of Raksha and just sit in the sand.
Alright, she's like, oh, okay, alright, okay. There she goes.
Actually, I still have your eyesight, so I probably watch myself and try to coordinate myself walking over there. But I still have like my hands out, like.
I can put you down. I can lower down. You can tell me that.
Oh no, I've already hopped off.
Okay.
Yeah. But I try to skirt her off to the side of the fire. And then I sit and I wait for someone.
Sullivan looks to the others and nods and just kind of says, "Stay by the fire. I'll go." And he walks over towards you, Sybil, and
hold out my hands.
yeah. And Sybil, are you still seeing through Raksha's eyes?
Yeah, but I'm getting ready to drop it so I can focus on this.
Okay, give me a dice roll, please. Oh. Roll me 7d10, please.
That looks bad.
You got a critical.
Yep.
Well, how many hunger dice do you have?
Let me see. One. Just one.
Ah, so it's a bestial. Okay. As you walk towards him, or as he walks towards you, rather, looking through Raksha's eyes, you notice something that Raksha doesn't. He's walking towards you, but he has a weapon concealed in his coat. It looks like he might have like a hunting knife or something, and he's got one hand towards it, and it looks more like it's a precautionary thing, but it's very clear that he has something sharp and pokey within reach if it turns out that you can't be trusted. But eventually he reaches you and he holds out his other hand and he says, "All right, no sudden movements now."
I'll drop the vision I have so I can focus on this. But when he's within speaking range, I just say, like, so he can hear me, "You could probably kill me now if you wanted to."
I probably could.
And I will roll premonition. Jesus, alright.
Okay. Would you like to re-roll?
Absolutely. That brings me to 4. I want to get as much as I can.
Okay.
Hey, here we go. I think that's 5 total.
Alrighty. So the two of you touch hands, and as you attempt to force a premonition,
Sorry, one more thing. Yeah.
Alright, and you don't get hungrier from it. You touch his hand and start to force this premonition to see what might come up. Premonitions, of course, are unpredictable and sometimes unreliable. But what you end up seeing is flashes of moving across shadowy streets, the cloudiness of it is hard to make out. You see that there are 4 walking beside you, their faces obscured under a half moon. You see that you're standing outside of the building, and there are 4 cars that encircle the 4 and your group. And you see individuals who step out that are shrouded by darkness. There's an exchange, and you see that the 4 under the half moon look hesitant but reluctant to move. And then your vision cuts out with the sound of gunfire.
So I saw 4 under the half moon and then 4 shadow figures. 4 and 4, they're not like the same. Two separate 4s.
You saw 4 cars and individuals who stepped out of them.
And those were different from the 4 that were beside us.
That could be a way to interpret the vision.
I see 4 under a half moon that are standing beside us. And I see 4 cars, 4 shadows come out. The 4 under the half moon look uncertain, but also unwilling to stand out. And then gunshots. There would be violence ahead.
But we stand together.
Well, that doesn't sound very promising at all.
Do we hear this or no?
That depends on how loud Sybil is being.
If they were trying to listen in, I'd probably be speaking softly, but not whispering. You're hunted here.
We're hunted anywhere we go. I've survived 2 years, but the others are new.
Well, you can keep running if you want. Or you can make friends.
There haven't been many friends in Vancouver, but you haven't tried to kill us yet. Either you're in it for the long con, or you're genuine.
I can't kill you.
What?
They might be able to, but I can't.
Are they speaking? Or can we hear the guy talking? Sullivan talking.
Sullivan's not whispering, and Sybil said she wasn't being quiet if you were trying to listen in.
Yeah, I'm listening. But I wanna see how Sybil talks.
Yeah, let's give the intro.
I can't promise you that everyone will. I can't promise you that it's safe with us. But it's just an offer if you want to have people beside you when you fight and defend yourselves, or if you want to keep fleeing. Visions are unpredictable. Sometimes they change. Now you know that what comes when now you know what comes if you follow us.
Well, Gunfire isn't too promising regardless. You all said you were revolutionaries.
I
Can always
Josie,
say. Yeah.
I feel like Josie would pipe in and say, and I can assure you, once someone's on my side, I will not back down.
Neither do I. I'll fight for my friends, and I'll fight for youngins like you. We're all fighting for freedom, after all.
And contrary to property relief, you guys are key to our society as well.
Hmm.
All right then. All right, everyone. It sounds like we're going with them.
All right then.
So I
And
can
then
assume.
Oh, go ahead. Go first.
I was gonna say, so I can assume we're not going through Gastown on the way back.
I mean, you very well can.
We already find these guys. We're.
Okay, but these guys said that the people that were hunting them are in Gastown, so.
Yeah, we're not going to gas town.
Look, if we steal a car, we can toss a spray paint can on the way through.
That's
Yeah.
true. That is a thing.
And I can drive, so the only thing
Well,
we need
okay.
is steal a car, I guess, and that's.
So, in total, there's 7 of you now. So, how do we go about stealing a car?
Well, first I think I wanna discuss with them real fast. First I wanna say, okay, now can you guys extinguish, please?
they,
Yes, please.
So we
they,
can actually have a conversation.
of course, they nod and they go about shoveling some sand into the barrel, and before long, it's muffled, and it dies away very quickly. And you feel relief from the beast.
Awesome. Okay.
I start finger
So-
drawing in the sand for the rest of this encounter.
Yes. So we were thinking, now we need to decide what you want your first course of action to be. Do you want to jump right into it? We can go through Gastown, blow some shit up. Not really blow shit up, but go after some people. Or we could spend more time planning. I mean, I have some spray paint cans. We could say, yo guys, we're here. That sort of thing. Sort of like leave a message. Or like, nah. No, this is for your safety sort of thing. We were interested in possibly going through this Gastown place just to see how it is, but obviously up to you guys. Doesn't really matter.
That's a bad idea. If
Now
the
that
cameramen
you're-
are there.
Now that you're under the cover of starlight and it's going on 11 o'clock, there aren't many people around and you can discuss more candidly up close. The girl who was with them speaks up and she says, Gastown is Camerilla territory. That's where the prince is. We're not going anywhere near Gastown. Not any closer than we already are.
The rose is there.
Alright.
Hey, Josie.
Yeah,
There was a mention of somebody.
that I very much so dislike.
Mm-hmm. So, how do you feel about that? Hearing the
Yeah,
mention of the prince.
I think Josie would sort of like. I feel like this whole time Josie's like had their arms crossed and it's just not like hostilely, however you say it, but just sort of like casually, just like talking and occasionally using their hand and everything. But I feel like they visibly like eye twitches and it's just like maybe a little growl or a little hiss in terms of cats. And they just sort of like grumble under their breath and it's just like, oh, that makes me want to go even more.
That applies to Raptor too. Like when he hears, he's like, his eyes just wide, and he's like, oh. Finally, something interesting to do tonight.
Also-
Hell yeah, we can
also-
piss off the prince.
Also, Josie, you are missing your Chronicle tenants, which is something that I need so that
yeah.
I can poke at Josie's buttons. But I do
Yeah.
think that this is an important one at the mention of the prince and how close. I will emphasize that if you look at this map here, so basically you guys are right here on this little green speck. Gastown is literally on this yellow road here, Hastings Street. So you're very, very close to where you know the seat of the Camerilla is, where the prince is. I'm gonna need a frenzy roll from you, please.
Oh, beautiful. Also, aren't all our Chronicle tenants the same thing? Because I can't find them right now.
No, you would have your own beliefs.
Oh, we would?
Yes.
I thought Chronicle was like for each of us, was for everyone.
Oh,
And then
it might have
the
been.
Convictions.
Might have been. But you are lacking some convictions
Frenzy?
too. But yeah, I do need a frenzy
I need
roll.
1, 2, 3. Cool. Frenzy. Oh, I have 4 right now, I think, actually. Well, now let me double check. Yeah. No, it's not. Oh, I did not know that. Cool. Okay. Modifiers. Do I get any modifiers?
Nope.
Maybe could I? Okay, I was gonna say, could I argue that like I know not to go in head first?
Oh no, this would be the one thing that really gets your gangrel blood pumping.
Yeah, this isn't really okay. Okay.
You're
I'll
fine.
say Yay!
You're fine. Dang. Okay. Yeah. You the beast rages within you. It growls. It demands. They're so close. We should really go. We could shove that spray bottle right up her ass. But you suppress it. You know better. Now's not the time to go shake shit up in front of the prince.
Yeah, I want her to know that we're here and know that there's nothing that she can do.
Would this be something that Josie would go off on their own to do?
I mean, possibly. I was gonna say she would say if you guys Raksha, if you're cool with staying with these people and taking the other route, I sort of still want to go through there. But like,
This is one of those. This is one of those time where Rush is saying like, yeah, this is one of those time where I kind of wish Aldrich or Daniel was here because they can just drive these guys off to my bar and I can fuck shit up with you too.
Can any of you drive?
I can drive.
Well, I can drive too. I'm just not good at it.
You don't have
Of
any.
course you're not.
I have my license. Do I own a car? No.
I just spilled all over me.
Damn it all. Well, this is a good spot where we can take a break because we are past our break time. Dean, if you need a moment to clean up, we can do that.
I mean, it's not bad. It's just like on my shirt and on my face a little bit. But yeah, I was gonna see if we could.
No, it's break time, so go ahead and take care of that. Guys, we're going to take our break. We'll be back in 5 minutes, so stick around, enjoy. Thanks for watching thus far. We'll be back momentarily.
See you
I
soon.
apologize that we did not get ape shit gangrel.
No ape
Sorry,
shit gangrel tonight.
We'll get it soon. We'll get it soon. Just stay tuned.
Yeah, soon. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna run to the bathroom as well. So. Oh yeah, guys, I'm not sitting in my since they just walked away, but Oren, for Vampire the Masquerade last season, I was always sitting in my bathroom because my roommates were usually watching TV. So I have I have a shower curtain that would be like my backdrop. but I was also like sitting in my bathroom. But I'm not sitting in my bathroom anymore. So yay.
You're not streaming from your bathroom. That was already. Wait, you're streaming on your bathroom.
Well, yeah, because I would have a box. I would bring a box and I would set my laptop on it, and then I would just have my shower curtain. It didn't look like I was sitting in a bathroom, but like I let them know. I was like, "Hey, I'm sitting in a bathroom," and I was right next to like my toilet. You couldn't see it in the camera, but like if I had to use the bathroom, I would have to turn my camera away and mute. It was funny. But yeah.
Oh damn.
I will be right back.
All right. I'll just be here.
I have returned.
Welcome back. Am I still echoing? I swear I have the noise reduction thing on. I
See,
just
for
don't
me,
understand.
I hear it only when those two speak, but like it comes out of yours. But I don't hear it for me, which is weird. Like when I speak, I don't hear myself coming from yours.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's always when Rin, and I had my volume like I try to have my volume down, and when it does, it's still like that's the thing. I don't know what happens. It's not usually like this. Like I've been doing calls, and I've been also doing streams too with other people, and this is only the first time that it's been like this. Maybe I should just turn down their volume.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm having fun this session.
Oh yeah, I'm having fun too. Really
Sorry if
need
I'm,
all.
like... I was gonna say sorry if I'm like stealing the spotlight. I don't mean to.
No, it's alright. It's alright. See, the thing about Raksha is that he can talk, but he's more like he's like he's just generally like doesn't choose to unless he's like nobody's gonna talk. All right, I'm gonna talk. That's him.
Yeah, Josie likes talking, just is always right to the point and is not the best at it. Like they're not really the sugarcoating type. They're just sort of like, yeah, so this is how it's gonna be and this is what's gonna happen. So you down? No, cool, bye.
He's very blunt.
Yeah. Like 100%. I feel like if these people would have said no, Josie would try to kill them. Because they already know too much information.
Yeah, but that's why Raksha was like, yeah, I kind of wanna help these guys because in his mind, when he sees this Dustborn, I feel like if he had known that they were looking for Dustborn, aka vampires, who just like forced into this or like started out very recently, he's be like, oh, I gotta protect these kids. They don't know what they're in, and they kind of get thrusted into this world. He's the parental type. I don't know if it's like fit in as for him as a bruh.
No, he's the rebellion dad.
I'm the dad that lets you guys steal something from Costco.
Yeah. He's the one that's like, fuck the rich, we're gonna go to these major corporations and steal all their products.
He's ready.
But I'll take the fall if we get caught.
Yeah, I'll take the fall. You guys just go and have fun, alright?
And Josie's like, no, I'm gonna punch them if we get caught.
Josie, please, I don't want you to get hurt, me.
That's okay, I have fortitude.
talking about Fortitude, I was expecting like Braha to have one, but guess they don't have. So I settled with Celerity and Potence.
Yeah,
I was
they
so
work.
hope-
They work.
Hmm?
I said they work.
Yeah,
Yeah, I have
I was supposed to be the tank.
Fortitude and Protean, but I get Celerity from my Predator type. Okay, wait, I am hearing myself slightly.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Maybe it's just mic. It's just not on. I'm put it up.
Yeah. Oh no, I still hear it.
Oh.
It could be that it's like not long and it's too close
Yeah,
to
it's
your
just
ear.
look at that. It's
I
Yeah.
return.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
We were just saying how we were having fun.
Good. I'm glad everybody's enjoying. Things definitely haven't gone horribly wrong yet, and I can't wait for it to
I know.
happen.
not yet
I was
anyway.
telling Oren, I was like, Josie is 100% genuine about wanting to protect these people, but if they had said no, she probably would have killed them.
That's not dark and ominous.
Rasha genuinely wants to
Well,
protect.
because like she
people.
wants to help, but like if they say no, they already have too much information.
You
So,
know
like,
too
I
much.
wanna
Stab.
help you. Literally, I want to help you. Like that's why I keep saying, like that's why I keep trying to convince you. But if it was just a flat out no, then okay, well I'm sorry. Like you know too much.
That
This will
would
be
have
your
been.
last chance. Do you want me to kill you? Like
That would have been fun. That would have been fun because I would have enjoyed seeing the Bruha's response to that. Because who knows? Because they might have been on your side. Like it is like, hey, yeah, they do know too much and they're a liability. But
See, the thing about Rasha is that he doesn't want to kill any young. It's too bad, man. Just don't. If you wanna off them, at least it was at the order of the parents. That's his leeway to like, hey, if you wanna kill these guys, it has to be from the parents' order. If not, let's just not. We're just kids. We don't kill kids.
I mean, they're not kids.
Yeah, but kids in the sense like, hey, they're new vampires.
Oh yes, they are. They are. One said that they've been around for 2 years, and you guys haven't asked anything about the others, but he said they are new. Yes, Sullivan disclosed that he's been at this for 2 years, but these are the Duskborn that you were sent to go get. So, not that you know what that means yet, but you just know that they're new vampires. We return now that everybody's back. The coterie had met up with a group of Duskborn that had been hanging out around Canada Place, holed up in a park, quite literally under the nose of the Camerilla, looking for a way out and telling the group that they had been hunted by both the Camerilla and another group of individuals, saying that they were going to help, that Josie was able to determine might be the sharply dressed individual. Sybil, in an attempt to convince them to join the cause of your coterie, forced a premonition that they saw ultimately led to violence, but the outcome was unclear, and now they've agreed to go back with you, having no other real option. And at the mention of not only the Camerilla being their seat of power being in Gastown, but that's also where the Prince's ivory tower is, we see Josie had a moment of needing to suppress their beast before deciding that it probably wasn't the best idea. Now you're all discussing how best to get home, because you could either take a long route around Gastown, cut directly through it, or cut directly through it. So that's where we pick back up, trying to figure out what's the best option for getting back to the Velvet Getaway. Or sorry, not the Velvet Getaway, Mr. Velvet's Getaway. It was, what do we call it? It is the Velvet Getaway.
Yeah.
It just didn't sound right when I said it out loud because Mr. Velvet, but yeah, the Velvet Getaway.
Nosferatu is still superior.
It is, obviously.
still up and coming.
But yes, now we return back though with the discussion of how to get out of here.
We could Uber.
I mean, but we'd have to get an Uber XL, and those cost more money.
I don't carry that much money with me, so
Or 2 Ubers.
Yeah, or 2 Ubers. But like,
2
we'd have to,
Ubers.
like,
we can still parkour our way, but I'm not sure about these guys.
yeah, I turned to them. Do you guys know how to parkour?
It's not really something we do.
Okay. Then, are you
Yeah,
guys cool with public transportation?
Sure. You didn't ride up here?
No, we parkoured.
That's why we
It was
asked
quite
you guys.
fun, actually.
I was carrying my friend over here. It was quite the, it was quite the sports.
The young man in the punk clothes kind of leans into Sullivan and is like, "Are you sure about these guys?" He just kind of shrugs.
Josie would turn to Raksha and say, "And I totally beat you here, like."
Look, alright, let's be fair. If I hadn't had Civil on my back, I'll beat you easily.
I took that into factor.
Yeah,
I
you
determine whether or not I beat you.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. You do.
We'll
Alright.
have to do it another. We'll have to race another time.
Another time. But right now, we
Okay,
need
wait.
to find...
Idea. Has it hit midnight yet?
It would be about 11.
Okay. So, we take these guys back to your place. Then, we race over to Gastown and stir up some shit.
I like the sound of that.
Sybil, you want to join?
No.
Okay, you can stay with the children.
Stay with the children, keep an eye out on them.
I can't see
I
them.
mean... I mean...
Wow. So insensitive.
I'm sorry. I mean, keep an ear out for them.
I can do that.
Oh, right. And then, Josie would lean into Sybil and say, and maybe gain their trust a little bit more.
Maybe.
Don't take their trust away. Show them, like, pictures and stuff. Just not the one that shows people die. Those ones. Good.
Ooh, maybe
I can
show
paint
us.
for them.
I have them organized in piles in your room.
You guys are doing so well with this.
Well, is everyone
I'm
ready?
whispering this to Sybil.
Josie, you ready to stir some shit up? I got some ideas in mind on what we're gonna do tonight.
Okay, well, I'll order the Uber real fast, okay? I'll order an XL, I'll pay for it, I don't care. I'll have it drop us off at my apartment, and then we can just walk the block over to your place. Sound good?
Sounds good.
Cool. Sound good to you guys? I turn to them.
Yeah, I guess so. Sure.
Awesome. Then I'm gonna call an Uber XL to meet us at the nearest road that is not Gastown.
Okay. And so the Uber says it'll be about 15 minutes before they arrive. What do you all?
15 minutes, guys?
What are you doing in the meantime?
What's your
I'd
name?
like to get to know about these guys, so Russia's gonna ask them, or at least Sullivan's like, so how did you become one of our kind?
That is not something you ask people!
You should ask at least get on a first name basis. What's your names?
Sullivan.
Oh, yeah.
Sullivan nods and he says, "Well, everybody just calls me Sullivan, but it's young Sullivan. The family had a weird naming scheme going. This is Sam Gray." Gestures to the. Yep. He gestures to the young man in the punk clothes with the green hair. Or sorry, not green hair, spiky blonde hair and green eyes. This is Sam Gray. Gestures.
Is that with an E or a Y?
With
E
an
or
A.
an A.
With an A.
Okay.
He gestures to the woman who has stringy red hair and hazel eyes and a tan complexion. He says, "This is Ilda Tapia. She's only been turned for a few months." And then this gentleman here who hasn't said anything, dressed in more baggy hip-hop clothes, bald head and amber eyes. He says his name is Broderick Doyle. He was embraced a year ago. He's the oldest next to me.
Well, my name is Raksha. And well, this here is Josie and that's Sybil.
I'm trying to build a sandcastle with dry sand.
Sybil might not look at it, but she's probably the smartest one out of all of us, if she tries to be.
The woman sarcastically responds, "Well, that's reassuring."
He's trying to be genuine,
wait.
but like, yeah.
We have someone that is much smarter. He is just not with us right now.
Well, all right.
I don't know, Josie. I mean, Sybil did fix the car when we got there, you know? Using my eyes, but you know, she did something like that, and Aldrich can't even do it. Not even Daniel can do it.
I grab what I think is a seashell, but it's just a rock, and I put it on top of a very distorted pile of sand.
I have a feeling Josie does the whole "you're doing great, honey."
So,
Like,
Great.
so she's blind.
Yeah, but she can see.
She can see using our eyes. And that's gonna.
Yeah, she can use our eyes. It's really cool.
That's what happens to me. That's why that is why she was holding my hand. By the way, I wasn't really asking her to do it.
All right, sure. Right. Well, it kind of goes on for some awkward silence for a little while.
Oh, I actually would like to ask, how many were you guys before this guy who were?
There used to be 10 of us, and up until a little while ago, individuals approached us and said that we were breached the Masquerade, and that on orders of a prince, I didn't even know that the British monarchy even cared that we were here, had declared that it was illegal for us to be gathered, and they shot one of our friends, and we ran and hid, and everywhere we seemed to go, more of these people representing the prince, and he air quotes, would show up and say that we weren't welcome, and every time we'd lose another in our group until we just kind of stayed off the grid. We ditched our phones and separated from our families. They would hurt the people still in our lives. Most of us can go out during the day, so we were living normal lives, trying to be normal, and we'd come home to find our families gone or homes destroyed, and eventually we just kind of settled on roaming along the beach and preying upon those who came in on the cruise ships. It was an area where we were told was safe for anybody to feed as long as they didn't break the rules. They said it was like a wine rack.
I'm really sorry you guys have to go through all that.
It's all
No.
right.
There, if you guys ever think about settling down somewhere safe, there was this place called the Free State over in America. California, I think. There's some folks there, my friends too. We started out a few decades ago. It was all war, and I was willingly become one of our kinds because it was for the freedom of my people.
I've never heard of that before. Last I checked, the United States was the United States, not the Free States of America. That's news.
Oh no!
I haven't really been following the news lately.
I wasn't from America. I was from another country.
Oh, okay.
And well, long story short, we win the war, but at the same time we weren't needed anymore. So we decided to move out to America, where we eventually found home, California, where the free states are. It's out of character. It is in California, right? I'm not.
Yeah, California. California is
Yeah.
the Anarch stronghold.
Yeah,
I've been there before.
I haven't. Alright, going back to in character, Russia is also gonna say, yeah, just if you ever want to go to California, and if you did reach there, feel free to call me. There's some friends there that, might like to meet you guys. Me and my folks, we're just kind of like old grunts, as they might call it. We like to tease the young'uns and help them learn, teach them the ropes.
If it's so safe in America, what are you doing up here?
Stir shit up.
Yep, and remember when I said that I started out becoming one of our kind because I was fighting for freedoms for my people? Well, now that I'm a kindred, I'm fighting for the kindred's freedom. Kindreds like you guys.
Ah. Alright then. I mean, that's good.
Then you can join the fight, you can, find a safe place. All I care about is that youngins like you guys are safe. You guys don't have to go through hell. Just let me go through the hell. Because I've been there.
You're too nice, Raksha.
What can I say? I'm in that age, man. I'm in that age where I guess I just feel like a dad
You're
sometimes.
getting emotional. Having a midlife crisis. You cry at every video you see on the internet.
Russia's like, look, I guess I just need to adopt a puppy once in a while. Maybe I should try adopt a puppy or a kitten. Then again, there's like this kitten that's come to my.
Why do you need to adopt a puppy? You have a gangrel.
Not a puppy. I am no mutt.
Yeah. Look.
And I hiss at that. Like.
Russia's like, oh
but-
shit, oh damn.
Yeah,
Oh, damn.
that wasn't in character, of course, but yeah.
Okay.
But
If
that's
that
how Josie would react.
Mm.
Yeah, if that was a character, I was just like, oh
She
damn,
gets
I'm backing up. Oh.
Like, I'm out.
I am not a putt. I am a nice kitty.
Yeah,
A cute cat.
it's a kitty, and she do what she wants, just like a cat does.
Mhm.
I ask for attention, then I walk away when you try and give it to me.
That's fair.
But when I don't ask for it, you just come at me. I can imagine like it's like in the bar where Raksha is like, hey, you're looking cute today, and then Josie's like, I'm not asking for it, so yeah, it's fine, okay. But then when she's asking for it, she's like, can you please compliment me? And then he's just like being busy in like busy hour.
So you all have spent some time socializing and getting to know these four Duskborn, and after a short time, a vehicle pulls up into the parking lot just outside of the park entrance. They leave their headlights on, but they flash it 2 times to signal that a vehicle is pulled up.
Is there access enough for us to get in?
It is a large SUV.
Alright guys, let's go.
And so you all head up from the beach, and as you're approaching, the lights stay on, but the driver door, the passenger door, and the two side doors all open up. And out walk a number of individuals, all dressed in nice black suits, black ties, dark sunglasses, for being in the middle of the night.
They wear
And out of-
sunglasses. I'm sorry.
And out of the passenger seat steps out the man in the gray suit with the green scarf. And he steps out to the front of the headlights where he can be seen. And the four individuals flank him. And he says, "Ah, very good. I'm glad you were able to reach an impasse with the Duskborn.
You tell me to call you, but then you just show up anyways. I don't even know if I was planning on calling you.
I had my...
Josie, I think it's time for us to kick some ass right now, and then
He holds up a hand and he says, "Please, friends, I had my doubts that Josie would be able to complete the task. And it's not that I didn't think you'd eventually come to the right decision. It's just that all I asked you to do was to get them off the beach, and you did that. Not only that, but
We're
Wow.
not bringing them to you though.
yeah, they're with us now.
not until you have a moment to hear my offer. I understand.
Well,
I understand that you're with the Anarchs. You're the only Anarchs in town. It would be very easy for the Camerilla to know your location and deal with you before the night is out. You need friends. Powerful friends. I'm willing to offer the help of my associates to give you a better leg up here in Vancouver.
What's your name?
They call me... Well, I suppose it's fine that you ask. I'm called Mr. Skull. I represent the Hakata. We're a neutral faction in Vancouver, but one that can give you a leg up in your bid.
And we've heard that you have lied before.
Did I lie?
Or at least offered help and then turned against.
Well, we did offer to help them. We helped them achieve a greater destiny. We helped release them from a cursed existence. We offered them an escape from the Camerilla. Do you know what they would do if they were captured by the Camerilla? They'd be strung up on display in Elysium. The Prince or the Scourge would take gleeful pleasure in beheading them in front of a cheering crowd. They are nothing to the Camerilla, and they should be nothing to you. They are thin bloods.
That's not how we work.
Well,
Yeah, they might be thin bloods to you and to us, but they're still one of us. They're still kindreds, and they have rights
they
to
aren't,
live.
they aren't kindred. They're deluded, weak.
Oh, please
We-
save those. Please save those words for your own ass.
Quick question.
They didn't choose to be like this. We all know we didn't. We all know, most of us. Please didn't choose to be what we are today.
Quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Have I ever heard or do I know what Hekata is?
You can always give me a roll.
Oh,
Which
yeah.
role would that be?
Intelligence plus etiquette.
Etiquette.
Even if I try, I will not succeed that. I will.
Well, you might as well try.
I'll try as
2.
well. If you're okay with me piggybacking off of that.
Sure.
Josie would just say, Josie wouldn't go into the whole Bruja tangent, Anarch tangent. Josie would just say, well, if you are offering to help us, then you are offering to help them as well.
We're a package deal.
Josie, I need a roll from you then. Please give me a charisma persuasion.
This is your time to shine.
Not
Come on, baby.
Come on, gang girl, be persuasive.
Does she get assistance from does she get assistance from why is the name escaping me now? Blah 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 blah. Rakshasa.
Yeah, it's actually.
Yeah, I'll give you 1 dice for Raksha's passionate speech.
Alright, so I'll just roll 3 willpower and those will leave me extra die. That'll be the 1 extra dice as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, there. It's a 2.
Would too. Right. All right. So first thing I'm going to cover is the etiquette rolls. 2 successes. Did I get one from Raksha?
Wait, do I need to roll 2?
Did you
If you
want
want
to know
to.
about? Did you want to know what the Hekata were?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't think Raksha does it easily.
No, that's all
It's
right.
like-
It's entirely optional. So I was just making sure you had a chance to roll if you wanted it. So the name Hekata is new, and I think Josie may not have a full idea. And the only reason I'm saying that Sybil will know because I know of her background. You would have heard the name Hekata before. Sybil. There had been talk in your former coterie circle of various groups joining to small clans that disbanded, joining together and making a new clan, one that's not tied by bloodline but was more of an alliance of several disregarded clans that all had the similar interests, and they formed a group called the Hekata that was recently recognized. They're unaffiliated with any group currently, but members of the Hekata, when they were in their previous clans, would run the range of being independent, Camerilla, Sabat, even a few Anarchs. But the prominent clan that seems to be the figurehead are the remnants of the Giovanni clan. People who dabbled in necromancy and the abyss.
So whose hand am I holding right now?
Could be holding my hand.
Okay, so
We're
I
good
tug your
friends.
arm.
Lean down.
They're an alliance of different clans from Camerilla, Anarchs, Sabats, but mostly necromancers.
Mr. Skull smiles, outstretches both hands, and he says, Josie, what you said is true. You're a package deal, after all. Of course, we'll embrace them with us. It is, after all, what we want. We want to protect them from the Camerilla as well. And we're offering
it's
to
not-
help.
Kill them.
No, of course not. We would never think to do such a thing. We're not monsters like the Camerilla. We're not the prince. We're not the scourge or the sheriff who hunt them down and murder them in cold blood. We would embrace them as we would embrace you. And we would help you and help finance what you need.
What do you get out of it?
We have a mutual interest in seeing that the Camerilla do not maintain their grasp of this city any longer.
You know the nightmare doesn't care who we are.
I'm afraid I'm unsure of what you mean.
The nightmare is going to destroy everyone.
He just turns back to Josie. Right, well, I'm offering salvation for these thin bloods. If we can come to an agreement, then I would be more than happy to help you all get off the ground.
One moment. And Josie would turn and like be like, "Come on, guys, let's huddle."
Yeah, it's not a huddle. Eruption's like, I can't just let them take this, guys. We know. You know what
We're not
happens.
gonna take them. We're not gonna let them take them. And also, I would get the little thinnies to join us as well.
They do nervously huddle.
This
And
is
at the-
your decision and also I would make sure that like they are on the other side.
They are waiting
Like,
at
they're huddling over there.
they're waiting at the top of the hill very patiently.
Yeah.
I just sit in the middle of the huddle so they're all a circle above me.
Now, like I said, your guys are the ones that have bad blood with. We'll make sure you guys are protected no matter what. We will kill these people if we have to. I love killing people. Not in
Same
the way
with-
that you think.
I kill people all the time.
People that are not on my side. You guys are on my side. You guys are safe. You know, that whole spiel. But, at least from what I know, and Josie would, like, look at them. But then, yeah. So, what do you guys think? They do have a point. We do need some footing.
Well, I don't think
they
it's...
They want to protect these guys, right?
They want to protect them because we want to.
I think
Have we ever mentioned the idea of them staying with us? Did they even say that they agreed to it or not?
Yeah, they do.
I think if they don't agree with us, then the shadow people that stepped out of the car are going to shoot.
Oh, you think that's what happened in your thing? In your vision?
Yes.
Well, and then Josie would look at them and say, "You saw what happened in your vision. You heard what happened in the vision. What do you think?" It would turn to the Himmels. We want this to be a group decision. At least for now.
Make sure you know that they stay with us. We leave with them. But just remember to be ready in case.
I'm ready to crush that man's skull.
Mr. Skull. That's only if they try to kill these guys.
Yeah, I'm keeping myself pretty patient. Just now.
I'm saying. So if you guys want to know my opinion, I'm saying we accept it, ride it out as long as we can. If they try to kill us, we kill them. That whole thing.
It ain't gonna be that hard for me. At least I'm gonna try.
I mean, I have a feeling it's going to be a little difficult, but what's a good
It's
fight
gonna-
without some difficulties, you know?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it is a bit fun, but my concern is to these guys, and then perhaps he just nods to the task force.
If we're dead, then they're dead. So, I mean,
Yeah.
unless you guys want to run again.
They need us to stir shit up. That's your bargaining chip.
So, children, what do you guys think?
I don't like it. There's been somebody abducting our people besides the Camerilla, and now all of a sudden they want to play nice because you're here?
Yeah, it's called, being independent.
Yeah, Camerilla made it seem like that was never an option. But you guys said you were
Yes.
going to protect us, so...
Yep, and you can hold us to it.
And Sybil is coming with you guys.
Now's the time to see if to put your money where your mouth is, I suppose.
Sounds good, but also it's a two-way thing in the sense of, I hope you know that if you stop, we will protect ourselves.
I try smacking Josie on the head.
What? I mean, it's true. I just like being upfront with people.
Give me a melee brawl, please. -2
Do you even know you were
for
smart?
not being able to see.
Do you
What am I
even
doing?
smack Josie?
Melee brawl.
Brawl, yes.
Or strength brawl, excuse me.
Wait, do you even smack Josie or?
She's trying to.
Do you
She
know
says
where she?
Yeah.
that's why she is a -2.
I mean,
Oh, minus
yeah,
2?
that's-
Because you can't see.
I think that's a
blind.
0. Yeah, it's a 0.
You flick at the air. As you have...
Josie knows that it was coming towards 7, and Josie's just like, what? I like being upfront with people. You know all my terms going into it. If you try to go against us, I will go against you.
You should word
That's how
it
this
that
stuff
way.
works. I should word it that way instead?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you made it sound like if they're not helpful, but you mean it's more if they attack us.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, if you're not helpful, I mean, we'll still protect you, but, like, if you go against us, then that's really all. I mean, like, as long as you say you're on our side, that's fine. It's you can say anything. Your actions are
We
prove it.
have
Yeah.
no reason to be against you. You came offering to help us.
Cool. I just
All
wanted
right.
to let you guys know up front. All right, and then Josie would turn away from the huddle and look at this other guy.
All
Mr.
right,
Skull's
Josie.
standing at the top of the sandbank, and he says, "Have we come to an agreement then?"
All right, Josie, you got this. You got this, girl. Go ahead.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, we'll take up your deal.
Great. Then, where are we taking you tonight?
Are you guys Uber? Because I don't want to pay you.
The Uber is not coming.
Okay. We're going, and then I'm gonna say a place that's like a block or two away from my actual apartment. We're gonna have to walk a few more blocks to get to the place, but I don't want them to quite know. They probably know where I live, but still.
School
This-
did gets to my school
I
did.
know. Shush.
Oh.
No, we don't. They don't know that that's where we're keeping these people.
All right, okay.
Miss Josie, didn't you want to go to Gastown?
Eventually, but first I want to take our friends here to a good place.
It's much closer if you walk from here. We can take them home for you, safe and sound.
I need insight check that.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Mm,
Insight.
we're all gonna
Is it
there.
just what I rolled at insight?
Wits plus insight. How many of those do you have left?
I have a lot of willpower, but I'm down to 2.
Let's What it would be?
What do you
Three
what attribute
successes.
do you use for it for?
I feel like this is important.
Wits.
Wit. All right.
What's inside?
Hey, I learned the reroll thingy. There you go. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
I think for me to justify my 0, the mention of of me being able to go to Gastown and do what I want to do, I'm just like, fuck, okay.
5 for me, I think.
5 successes.
5 successes.
And
I'm a little
Raksha
clouded by the urge.
has 3.
I only got 1 dice because I don't have any dice on the freaking.
No, your hunger dice still count. It's just if they're criticals, it becomes a much more fun result. Sybil, you can hear it on his tone. His words are laced with danger. And not just these, but every word he says. There's always a double meaning or an empty promise, and this is no different. You get the feeling that there's always a string attached or some underlying meaning.
I don't know whose hand I'm holding this time, but I tug on their arm.
Still be Josie, but I don't know how much I'm listening this time.
He's hiding something.
We all hide things, my dear. That's how you learn to play the game.
Do you plan on turning them?
They're already turned, but their blood is impure. We have use of it, but we gave our word that they would be safe for now. And that's what's important, isn't it? You want to make sure they get back safely.
Right now, yes. But just like, and then Josie would turn to Sybil and say, just like their words have double meanings, so does ours. So, you know, it's sort of a back and forth thing.
She gets it. We won't make a promise with one hand and hold a dagger in the other like the Camerilla. We'll go right for the throat if we had any reason to deal with you.
You don't mind if we walk then?
By all means, please walk. The Thin Bloods can ride with us. Being so close to the Ivory Tower is dangerous for them.
Sybil, do you think you can cut them?
What do you say?
Oh, Russia said to Sybil, do you think you can come with them?
Well, you did say you didn't want to. Did you want to join us in Gastown?
Oh, no, I didn't want to go in there.
Okay. So are you cool with going back with them? Or did you want to come with? Because that's where we're going. We would be going straight to Gastown.
We're going straight there. We're gonna fuck shit up. And it's not gonna be a place where you can just... Yeah.
His words are dangerous. They'll cut when they need to.
Guess you're not coming then?
He's stronger than us. I don't want to go with them. I can't.
Would you rather come? Would you rather come with us?
If it's dangerous to leave them with them. And it's dangerous not to.
Well, you can always keep them safe. You know, make sure that this Mr. School guy goes through with his prom deals or whatever. Just
You can. I can't.
I mean, mean, we can just do what we said we were gonna do earlier. We can just go back and then race here. Race back. I'm
Yeah.
pretty excited about a race. I don't care. I don't care about the convenience as long as I get to go there eventually.
Maybe we can stir some shit up while we have ourselves raised. You
Yeah,
know,
I
we can always like break some warehouse rules.
Maybe.
On the way.
Okay, so I'm thinking we just ride back with them. And then we do our race. So I'm excited for the race. I want to know who's gonna win.
Alright. Alright. Yeah, let's just try. Yeah, well, Josie, that'll be your decision, man.
Yeah.
I can try to do like
No, we're good.
go
I
to
think-
gas town.
No, I think that's a good decision.
Alright. We're all going on board then. All of us. Right?
You'll be riding back with us then.
Yep.
There'll be a bit of a tight squeeze.
It's okay.
No.
It'll be a test run.
Yeah.
Very
We
well.
actually look up at the fan and be like,
Sybil, do you want to
Hey,
sit on my
Josie.
lap?
No, Josie, do you think we can just hang out at the top of the fan? Feel like I need some breeze with all these things that's been happening.
No. You need
I mean,
your.
I feel like that's a little illegal.
You need,
Ah, fuck the rules, but alright.
What were you saying, Sybil?
you might need your arms.
I mean, you can still, if you'd like, you can sit on my lap.
You might need your
Ah.
arms.
Okay.
But yeah, you guys just sit together. She's gonna be sitting on my lap then.
Let's go to the car!
Alright.
It's very cute that you're all working out seating arrangements. He just pulls out a phone, dials a thing. We'll wait for another ride. There's no needs to be this unnecessary.
I mean, we would have all fit if we didn't have extra people.
I could
Quick.
fix that problem.
Pull
I mean, if
Josie
you're
down
paying
again.
for it, then yeah.
I pull Josie down again.
Hold on, I want to clarify. Which part is Josie commenting on? Him calling another ride or fixing the problem?
Calling another ride.
Okay, because it would have been a very different outcome the other
No.
way.
If you're paying for the other ride, then yes.
Smirks, and before long, a beat-up blue minivan pulls up, and he says, "The Uber you called has arrived. Why don't you all pile in there?"
Alright then.
Are we piling in with the Thin Bloods?
It better be.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was Sybil talking or out of character,
That
because
was,
I don't get to
that
decide
was,
where
that
you're
was
sitting.
out of character.
I don't get to decide where you're sitting.
I think we're getting into a separate one with them.
Mm-hmm.
And so, with the plans of getting into the Uber, Mr. Skull puts a hand on Raksha's shoulder. "We'll be right behind you."
If you guys try anything stupid, I'm gonna crush your head first, just to let you know. And then he just gets into the car. Hey, he's an honest man. He's an honest man.
Give me a...
Intimidation?
No. What I need from you is a wits insight roll, please. Or no, sorry, wits awareness.
Awareness. Is that a failure? Because I'm willing to
When
spend
you-
my.
That is entirely up to you. You have to tell me if you're re-rolling before I tell you it's a pass or fail.
You may want to
I like
reroll.
Yeah, I want to reroll that. So,
Mhm.
yeah. How much do I roll again?
You would
Three
re-roll
dice.
3 dice.
3 dice. 3d10.
So 1 additional success. When the hand touches you and you turn to regard Mr. Skull, before you, or after you give the talk of crushing in his skull, if he tries something, he says, "I would enjoy seeing you try." And you see that even under the cover of moonlight, there are shadows that are rising up from around him, and there are several ghostly apparitions that are forming behind him, but he's wearing a smile on his face. He says, "I would love to see you try." And then he lets go,
Yeah.
and he walks towards the car, and he says, "Come, come. The night is not as young as it used to be."
I swear, this guy's gonna cross us. This guy's gonna cross.
He walks with the dead. I told you that.
Well, I'm gonna ride shotgun just in case.
He's very dangerous.
Yeah,
Don't worry, we're the monsters
that could
here.
work. That could work for us and against us. It's just something we always have to keep in mind.
Just don't leave him with the Duskborn alone.
Yeah, no, I wasn't planning on it.
Alright, so we ride off.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
They're corpse fuckers.
Did you just call him a corpse fucker?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. And so you all get into the Uber. In the Uber, there's a middle-aged, heavy-set woman with dark curly hair, and she says, "Oh boy, those gentlemen sure are scary, aren't they? You had a bad drug deal or something?"
Yeah.
I'm only kidding. You guys like polka music? And she turns on her CD and puts the car into drive. So, where are we going?
Josie would give the address of their apartment.
Oh, not too far from here. I hear all the college students hang out there, or at least like to room there. It's good. Why there's so many of you, though? You coming back from a wild party? Not much going on out here in the harbor.
Could you take
Yeah.
Could you take 3 left turns and 2 right turns, please? I like the feeling of the car turning. I can't see.
Well, that's gonna really go outside of the way, but y'all are paying, so sure, why not? And she does. She makes a left, and she makes another left, and then she makes another left, and you're essentially back on the same road. And then she goes right, and then she goes right, and it puts you not on the same road, but on a severely inconvenient detour that brings you incredibly close to Gastown.
No. God damn it. Well,
Alright, well, we got your turns. Let's head back now.
My hope was that the left turns might lose the car following us.
No,
Yeah.
you basically just did a loop around doing left turns.
Okay.
So the car does stay. Well, actually, you would have no idea. You can't see.
I cannot see.
So you all drive incredibly close to Gastown before the GPS recalculates.
As we get close, can I get like the lay of the land real fast just to see if I can pick anything up?
Yeah.
That would be helpful for when we come back later.
Let me pull up. Because I know there's one major fixture in here that's really cool, and it's why I picked Gastown because Ark hadn't picked where the Ivory Tower really was. So Gastown is designed to look like a steampunk area. Like it was purposely done that way after somebody had bought it during the industrial era. And they just left it there. Historically, it looks very steampunky. But one of the major landmarks is there is a steam-powered clock tower. And it's not very big, but it stands out amongst all the buildings. And so that's like a major fixture. There's a lot of like pubs and eateries, and it's basically the like hipster downtown area, but there's a lot of bars and places to hang out and people. Also, there's somewhere called the Red Room, and I'm incredibly uncomfortable.
Would I possibly have an idea as to where the Ivory Tower is?
No.
Cool. Just double check.
Nope. But if there was a place that you'd want to send a message, probably the clock tower would be a good place to hit. But there's a few good spots in the area. But you do get incredibly close. Does Josie feel anything when you come into this proximity of Gastown?
Just that I want to come back later. It's giving me more of a, hey, I want to get back later. We're gonna do that.
Right. Well, so the drive is uneventful for you all. You do see that the black SUV stays on your tail the entire ride. And it comes to the point that even the Uber driver is like, boy, they really... they're following you, right? Like, they're supposed to be behind us? That's not anything to be concerned about?
They're scary. I don't like them.
Oh,
I
well.
mean, they're supposed to be behind us. Whether or not it's scary is really not up to us.
Yeah.
They are scary, though, that's for sure.
But you don't have to worry. It's not gonna affect you in any way.
Yeah, it's just gonna be between us, you know.
I mean, you kids aren't in trouble or anything? Like, I can call the police and have them waiting for us.
Oh, no, it's alright, it's alright.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
They're with us.
They're with you. Okay, that's good, because, you know, if it's drug troubles, then I got old Bessie in the glove compartment. And she taps it very lightly.
What's Bessie like?
Ah, she's a 12 gauge sawed off. That's how I can get it into the van.
Oh.
Anybody tries to steal my tips, I put salt buckshot into them.
She sounds nice. I like her.
Yeah, sounds like our type.
Lady, I like your style.
Good. I like your style too. You're a very handsome man, and it's so nice of you to keep track of your daughters and their poorly dressed individual friends.
Well, yes, I keep my kids. I look out for my kids and for their friends too. Of course, it's what responsible parents have to do.
Mm-hmm. It's much safer than letting them go out partying on a Thursday night on their own.
Yep.
We were on the beach. It was fun.
I mean, it's the middle of December. I wouldn't be on the beach. It's all icy and cold. In fact, it's still really cold. That's why I got the heater on so high.
I just like the sound of the ocean and looking at it is pretty.
Yep. And before long... Oh, go ahead.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Never mind that.
Well, it's not long before the vehicle comes to a stop outside of the apartment complex. And she says, well, you can go ahead and Vimo that payment over to me, and be sure to leave a nice 5-star rating.
Thank you, Miss and Bessie.
Thank you.
Thank you, miss. Have a good night. And if you have a family at home, well, yeah, just hope you get home safe.
Tell them you love them. They love you.
Right. okay, bye now, and she starts to drive off.
Alright.
And so the SUV pulls into a parking spot not too far by. And Mr. Skull rolls down his window and he says, well, it looks like you all should be safe enough to walk home from here now that you're out of the danger of Gastown.
Mm-hmm.
And he smiles and he says, so in order for us to continue to maintain this friendship, now that you've helped get them away from the eyes of the Camerilla, that one, and he gestures to Sullivan, will come with us tonight.
Why?
Collateral.
Collateral?
In order to establish trust, he'll come with us so that you will know that he'll be in safe hands. And if for any reason he does not come back, then you'll know that we can't be trusted.
Well, that's for him to decide.
Yeah. It's not for us. And if he decides not to go, it's not going.
We could just take all of them.
And we will not allow that.
And you see a second SUV pull up. And then a
I
third.
really want to.
And then a fourth. And he says, please, don't be unreasonable. Especially so close to where you live, Josie.
For
Like
how
I said,
long?
it's up to him.
For how long?
As long as we need.
How long's that? You mean the night?
Mr.
You
Sullivan,
mean longer?
why don't you come with us? You don't want to see any more of your friends die tonight, do you? And the Thin Blood looks to you all. And then he looks back to his friends.
What if it's me?
We have no need for you, Malkavian.
What do you want with him?
When it
Other than-
opens. When it opens.
His blood is different from ours. His blood is different from yours. We're interested in why the Camerilla don't want them around.
Isn't it obvious?
You tell me. Do you even know what a Thin Blood is? I
In
didn't.
terms of.
I didn't think so. It's best for everyone that we find out what the secrets of their blood is. It's not like if you were handing him to a Tremere or a Simichi. He'll be just fine, and he'll come back.
Don't you usually prefer to play with corpses?
He shoots Sybil a very dangerous look. They are corpses, just like the rest of us. Their heart may beat a bit more, but they are still undead.
So, promise me he'll go back alive?
I promise the next time you see him, he will be as unalive as he was when he left.
I mean, he'll still be walking on his own, and he's still, very much.
Like
Still in
I said.
I promise the next time you see him, he will still be undead. He will still be walking. He
No
will
final
still...
death?
No final death.
Like I said, it's not a deal for us to make. It's up to him.
Yeah, and I'm just asking, just gonna make sure
Of course.
that
Mr.
you are
Sullivan.
clear.
Mr. Sullivan, will you join us? And he extends a hand out.
I want to try and feel for Mr. Sullivan.
Make me a wits awareness -2 because you're blind.
I also have hearing. Can I hear him breathing?
You can hear a lot of people breathing.
and I hear specifically his voice in timber.
He's not talking.
If you need someone to, for eyes, actually will probably be able to help you with. I don't know how you work.
Hey, crit.
Did you put your penalty in?
I did.
Alright. Well, then you are able to zero in on where he is, and reaching out awkwardly, it's not long before you brush your hand across his face, and he looks at you and says, "What are you doing?"
He's dangerous.
Of course he's dangerous.
I think he makes zombies.
Would have been a time I would have told you I don't believe in zombies, but here we are. Mr. Skull speaks again. "Sullivan, it's time to go. I would prefer you come on your own, as they're insisting." He nods. "Fine, if it keeps the others safe." "Of course it does. They won't be harmed. Not tonight."
Kind of like with my hand on his shoulder, I just try to whisper to him, "My friends will fight if you wanted it."
I don't think this is a fight you want to get into. I'll go with you.
Well, Kit, good luck. In case this is the last time we've seen you.
It's not.
It's
It'll
not
be
the last time
different.
we'll
Just in case, alright?
Mr. Skull smiles again. "Don't worry, Raksha. I promised you'd see him again. And you will. Come now, Mr. Sullivan." And he opens the door, and Sullivan walks in, and his SUV is the first to pull out of the complex. But then the others follow shortly behind. Josie, it's not long before your phone rings. An unknown number.
I'll answer.
"Miss Jones, it was so nice to see your coterie tonight. I want to thank you for completing the task I set out for you. If you ever need to get into contact with me, this number is one you can call. You needn't worry about Mr. Sullivan. He'll be in good hands."
Alright. And then I'll hang up.
Rexy just turns to Josie and be like, "I don't trust this guy. Do we really need this, guys? I mean, she's so shady in all ways. It makes Aldrich look pale in comparison. And he's shady. He's shady as fuck."
Makes Aldrich look like a Boy Scout.
Like I was saying, it's one of those things where
I told you. He's
dangerous. It can work in our favor, but it can also work against our favor, and we just have to know when to say yes and when to say no.
Mr.
That's sort of how these deals work. What were you saying?
I don't
Sam?
like deals like this.
I told
No,
you.
back when I was, you know what? No, I'm not gonna tell you the story. This is
Okay. Yeah, you're going into your.
Back in my day.
back in my day. He's really a grandpa.
But yes, Sybil.
I told you he's a necromancer. He's gonna do
Yeah.
something to him.
Oh. Yeah, there's a reason he was wording it the way he was wording it. But like I said, it's up to Sullivan. If he had said no, I mean, I would have.
If he had said no, I would have ripped his head off right there on the spot.
Basically. If he had said no, I would have fought for him. But he said yes, and that didn't happen. So.
I was ready
The other-
for him to
Anything that
say
happens
no.
is not our fault. And then she'd look at the other people.
The other Thin Bloods do look very shocked, And the girl, Ilda...
Well, no, Josie, when she said if he had said no, she would have fought the Mr. Skull.
Mm-hmm.
She would not have fought.
Yeah.
Skull.
And Raksha would like to chime in and be like,
Yeah.
damn it, I was ready to rip that guy's head off. I was so ready. I was, you know what?
They kind of had a lot of guys with them. I don't think we would have been able to do much.
Yeah, no, I agree. We wouldn't have been able to do much, but I mean,
Mr. Sullivan left them with us. Now you have to protect them. And I will try to keep an eye out.
yep, and that's the plan. And we'll protect Sullivan when he gets back.
Don't worry. We won't go out without a fight. If something happens to you guys.
And with that note, we'll draw the evening to a close. You all take the Thin Bloods, Echoes. You all take the Thin Bloods to the safety of the Velvet Getaway. There, Raksha probably comes up with the idea of not needing to hire anyone at all. Thin Bloods have the luxury of being awake during mortal hours. You're welcome. And it gives them a place
what you did there.
gives them a place to stay out of trouble for the time being.
That's also what I was thinking. That's why Raksha was so insistent with them coming back with us.
Mhm.
See, I wasn't thinking that.
I didn't want to help them. I just wanted free labor.
No! You know, the free labor comes at a cost of being friendly, you know? It's a package deal, you know?
But
I'm pretty
As-
sure they wouldn't just like crash in my place and, you know, just call me the Willie stay.
as you all make it back to the Velvet Getaway, you find that the lights were on. And Raksha, you remember making sure everything looked closed down and off for the evening. But opening the door, you find that it was still locked. But the back room where you all do your coterie business, the light is on there as well. And there's somebody seated at the desk that Raksha uses to do all of his business and accounting. And the chair slowly swivels around. And you end up seeing an individual dressed in a nice dark overcoat, long pointed ears, an eye patch, and bat-like features.
Yes.
He's flanked behind a young woman, bald of hair, sharp pointed fangs, and dark gothic looking attire, and he says, "Ah, good evening.
You're not
You
Aldrich.
reached out to me, and I was very interested in meeting you. Interesting place you have here. A Velvet Getaway. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Douglas Velvet. You may call me Mr. Velvet." And that's where we'll end.
And Raksha just kept saying, "You're not Aldrich, you're not Aldrich, you're not Aldrich."
You're not
You're not
Aldrich.
Aldrich.
You're not Aldrich. Yeah, I never heard back from Luke, so I had the executive decision that I'm just gonna play Velvet myself.
I hope he's free next week.
I don't know who's Mr. Velvet, because I haven't watched you guys.
You can immediately recognize that the two individuals inside of your office are Nosferatu.
Oh my god.
I
But
get to
yes.
play 2 characters next week.
Yes, thank you everybody for watching. Thank you Solo for the bit donation. Thank you Ruby Matt Hatter for keeping us entertained in chat. Thanatos for stopping by. This has of course been Vampire the Masquerade Northern Lights Uprising. Our Anarchs got to do Anarch things and made a deal with the Akata. So that's that. Next week, hopefully Ark will be back so we can find out what Aldrich had been up to. Definitely wasn't orgies, but he's been away having to deal with stuff, and I should really wrap this up so I could... I don't know if I want a nap or not, but I should get ready for work in a couple hours, so we're going to wrap it up here. Everybody have a good night. Bye-byes.
Bye.
Ta-ta.